Back, baby, and it's day 10. It's day 10. Can you believe it? We already 10 days in. And I got some news for y'all today. Chat, I don't know if you're going to like it. I don't know if you're going to like it. Me personally, I don't even like it, but potentially, there might be a reason for it. All right, Shedeur Sanders today. He was expected to be going with the ones. Todd Monken before practice said Shedeur Sanders will be getting most of the ones reps today because that's how it's been as far as the trend and the trajectory of where camp has taken each day for these quarterbacks. One day, Deshaun Watson goes with the twos. One day, Shedeur Sanders goes with the ones. One day, Deshaun Watson goes with the ones. One day, Shedeur Sanders goes with the twos. Todd Monken said that Shedeur Sanders was going to be going. He was going to be going with the ones today. He was going to be starting with the ones today. But guys, there's reports coming out that Deshaun Watson has taken a lot of reps with the ones today. And we're going to get into the reasons why. And also, we're going to get into what I believe is going to happen moving forward for Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland goddamn Browns. Chat, we got to get into it. We got to talk about it. All right, but before we get started, you know, hey, roll the intro.
Hey, we live now, really.
Hold on. We live? Yeah, we live. You can see me. I know you can see me. And my question is, did you miss me? But before we get started, y'all, you know, I also got to ask you this. All right, before we get started, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you send this to your daddy, your best friend of another friend, Lit Johnny, Lit Timmy. Don't forget about Lit Susie, too, because Lit Susie, she needs these gems as well. You can't keep all these gems to yourself, my beautiful people. So make sure you're sending this to everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. You understand me? So let's get right into it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about what's going on today during practice. But guys, Todd Monken said Shedeur Sanders was going to be going with the ones today. He said that he was going to be going with the ones today. Now listen. Dog. Let's just pull it up. Daniel Fousier, a well-trusted source. Before we get into clips, before we get into everything that I got planned for today, it's being reported, and reports are coming out. Chat. The Browns just began another set of team drills, and Watson is out there with the ones. Todd Monken said before practice that Shedeur would get a majority of the number one reps today. So, my friends, I ask you, what is going on? If Todd Monken before practice came out and said Shedeur Sanders is going to be practicing with the ones today, but he's not. What's going on, chat? Should we read into it, chat? What should we do about it? You know we got to at least talk about it. You know that. Here's another report. Browns working half of the field progressions. All right, Deshaun Watson up first, followed by Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel and Taylor Green. There's another report. Chat. Todd Monken said before practice started today, I'll show you multiple sources said it. Come on, man. Ooh. Is this because Shedeur Sanders will be starting next week? Is it because Shedeur Sanders is going to be starting next week, chat? I'm not sure. I don't know how we should read into this today. But before we get into the clips, the topic of today is, has Shedeur Sanders been benched? Are they going now with Deshaun Watson? Or are they saving my guy for next week and for the weeks to come? Chat, we got to talk about it. Deshaun Watson was up first today as they started with 7-on-7 scramble drill. Todd Monken earlier said that Deshaun will potentially get some first-team reps during 7-on-7. So that way, he won't miss out on all the first-team reps today. But chat, that's not what we're talking about. Because Watson was also up for the inside run. And now Watson was up in 11-on-11s. Like chat, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. I don't know how much we should read into this or if we should read anything into this. But regardless, chat, I digress. You know the one thing you came here today for. Was to watch our man to do what he does, and that's cook. So, yes, Shedeur Sanders, he was supposed to be doing majority and getting majority of the reps today with the ones. Today is the day, chat, that I told y'all. We don't care about any other days. Today is a day that's most like a game day. It's a 2.5-hour practice. That's why we even started later today, because practice started later today. But guys, Todd Monken, before practice, he said Shedeur is going to be going with the ones majority of the day. And it seems like that is not the case. I just showed you two people who's there at practice, even G. Bush. Hey, he sent me a little something about it. But without further ado, my guy's still going to cook regardless. It don't matter who we going with. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. It don't matter. We're going to still cook. But chat, I'm not going to lie. Shedeur Sanders not getting the majority of the reps today. I don't know how much we should look into it, chat. But welcome on in. If you're just now joining, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. But chat, I don't know if it's by design that Deshaun got a lot of reps today with the ones and our guy Sanders didn't. I don't know if it's by design that they want Deshaun Watson to get a majority of the reps so that way he can be ready for next week. I don't know, chat. But what I do know is he's out there doing what he's supposed to do. What I do know is he out there doing what he's supposed to do. As simple as that. He's still out here doing what he's supposed to do. But it goes back to this, chat. When it comes to Shedeur Sanders, the only two people that we should listen to is Todd Monken, the staff, the GM, the owner. Those are the only people that we should listen to when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. So before we get back to the topic at hand, was Shedeur Sanders really benched today? Is this the start of something that I don't want to see? I don't know. But chat, we're going to get into it. But Todd Monken, how do you feel about Shedeur Sanders' progress so far? And what should we take on how he's coming along and progressing? And also, he says something key. And I'm going to stop it and pause it. But he says something key after this take. We're going to listen to it, though.
How has Shedeur improved on his pre- and post-snap reads since training camp began?
Oh, it's tremendously. He's improving his operation, his pre-snap, post-snap, his eyes and his feet working in conjunction, being able to check the ball down and getting it out of his hands. He's such a playmaker that's hard for him, for a guy that is always looking to make a plays, super competitive. That is a win. Trying to get super competitive quarterbacks to understand that throwing the ball away and eliminating lost yardage play is a win. And that's something that over time he'll continue to build on.
So practice isn't over yet, chat. Practice is still going on right now. All right. But let's rewind this back real quick because I want you to listen. I told you, the only people that we listen to from here on out are the goddamn GMs, the head coaches, and the people who actually make decisions in the Cleveland Browns office. All right. They saying, no, Deshaun Watson going to be starting to chat. It's looking crazy. We're going to get into it all. But listen to what Tom Monken has said. I'm going to get to y'all questions, and I'm going to get to the chat here in 2 seconds.
That is a win. Try to get super competitive quarterbacks to understand that throwing the ball away and eliminating lost yardage play is a win. And that's something that over time he'll continue to build on.
I was trying to play the part where he said the elite playmaking. Because when you're an elite playmaker, you always want to make a play. But Todd said something that was key. Getting Shedeur Sanders to understand that sometimes they checking that ball down is okay. Sometimes just taking the easy bread and butter, taking in what they give you, sometimes that's okay. And sometimes that's all you need. Next question. Listen to what this says about next week.
Oh, I mean, the collective body of work, over the last 10 weeks, actually the first game, it'll be who we think to start off with gives us the best chance to function, score the most points. Even in a
So the first game is going to be
preseason game, start off with gives us the best chance to function, score the most points. Even in a preseason game.
Who gives you the best chance to function and score the most points? So, chat, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you, chat. Whoever starts in this first preseason game, that is 9 times out of 10 the starter. That is 9 times out of 10 the starter for the first regular season game. He said it without saying it, chat. He said it without saying it. I'm going to rewind it back, and then I'm just going to let it play, and then I want you to really listen to what he's saying.
To start off with gives us the best chance. Oh, the collective body of work, over the last 10 weeks, actually the first game, it'll be who we think to start off with gives us the best chance to function, score the most points. Even in a preseason game, the win-loss won't matter, but how we play is going to matter to me. How we function offensively. Be the same way with Rudy on defense or Byron on special teams. Whoever we put out there, we want the product to look like you want it to look like. So ultimately, that'll be the start of it.
How much weight are you going to put into the preseason games versus what you've seen in training camp in terms of naming your starter?
So, chat, make a long story short.
Well,
I'm not going to show any more of this, but make a long story short, chat. Whoever starts in this first preseason game will be the starter for the season. He wants to win. That's what he said. That was number one. And on top of number one winning, right? Who's processing the best? Who's also putting us in position to score points? This first preseason game, whether you want to believe it or not, is going to let you know who's starting this season for the Cleveland Browns. I told you we only listen to a few people, chat. And that's goddamn Tom Monken and even the QB coach too. Because listen to what he has to say about Shedeur's progression and how he's been coming along. And then we're going to get back to today's topic. Was Shedeur Sanders goddamn bench today during practice? Or potentially, they save him for next week.
They're working hard. All our guys are working hard. Shedeur is putting in the time. He's studying, working physically. And that goes for all of our guys. It's training camp, right? There's nothing else in life besides football at this point. And that goes for players. That goes for coaches. He's done a good job of taking care of the ball. He's continued where he left off in regards to the little things about technique, with footwork, with body position. He's doing a good job.
So basically, the QB coach said with his footwork and with his progressing, he's picking up exactly where he left off from goddamn OTAs. He's continuing to build, chat. He's continuing to stack days. We know who's been the best thus far during training camp, and it's for a reason. Because it started back in OTAs. It started back in December, January. Well, really January. After the season was over, what did Shedeur do? He stayed in Cleveland. Kept putting work in. When the head coach was hired, who he come see? The head coach. To get an early start on that playbook. And ever since then, we've just been stacking. But guys, even though we're stacking, even though the quarterback coach, he's saying good things, even though Todd Monken, he's saying good things, chat, what is going on with this, though? Chat? Here's another update. 4 passes, 4 incompletions. 4 passes, 4 completions for Watson. 4 passes, 4 completions for Watson. Another set of 7-on-7s. And Deshaun Watson is up first with the ones. It was supposed to be Shedeur Sanders' day with the ones. But it's been a complete reversal of reps through the first half of practice. What? Y'all see the full quote right there? It was supposed to be Shedeur Sanders' day with the ones. But it's been a complete reversal of reps through the first half of practice. Chat, practice ain't over. Practice is not over. You see this timestamp on this tweet. We're halfway through practice, and I got the clips coming as we speak. I got people sending them to me as we speak. I promise you. The QB tracker will be out here probably in another 30 minutes, chat. So when it's out, I will gladly let you know. But chat, how do we feel about this, man? How we feel about this? Yeah, Monken said before practice that he will get 7-on-7 reps, chat. I'm saying that. He getting 7-on-7 reps, but Watson is also getting reps with the ones. I just showed you that. So, hey, how do we feel about that? How do we feel, chat? I'm just saying. Hey, if we're going by how camp has gone, today was supposed to be Shedeur Sanders' day getting the most reps with ones. Todd Monken did say he was potentially going to get Deshaun Watson some reps doing 7-on-7 with the ones today. But Deshaun Watson has taken 7-on-7 reps, not only with the ones, but he's also taking it doing 11-on-11s. So I'm just trying to put some pieces together, chat. I'm just trying to put some pieces together. Because we know who day it was supposed to be today. So I'm just trying to put the pieces together. You can tell me don't look too much into it, but I'm looking all the way into it. Todd Monken said Shedeur Sanders, hey, he said Shedeur Sanders was supposed to get the most reps today, and that's how it was supposed to shake out. So I'm going to look into it. You don't have to look into it, but I'm going to continue to look into it. And if you feel like I'm repeating the same thing, you feel like I'm saying the same thing, hey, you ain't got to be in here. Deuces, baby. But, hey, for all of us that's wired in and that's locked in, chat, I'm just asking the obvious questions. Today is supposed to be the day where we get the most reps. Today is supposed to be the day where we show.
Hey, man, Shedeur should be QB1. I don't know what the Browns doing.
Ooh. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. I definitely clicked the wrong clip on this one. But regardless, chat, I'm looking into it because we got to look into it. Because if it's supposed to go one way, but it's going another, dog, I got to say something. Like, come on now. Come on. But, hey, I'm biased here. Deshaun Watson doing 7-on-7, taking advantage of his reps. Doing 7-on-7, Deshaun Watson taking advantage of his reps. But I'm just asking, how come my guy ain't getting the most reps today? Deshaun, as many reps as they give you, dog, I don't know. I know who I still got. But that's a nice little throw right there, my guy. We'll take that all day. That's a nice little throw right there. Threading the needle. Harold Fanning doing 7-on-7s. You see, Harold Fanning's out there, chat. He's practicing with the ones. Todd Monken said he was going to practice with the ones during 7-on-7. Yes, he did. But you ain't supposed to be going with the ones during 11-on-11 and other aspects, my guy. So, hey, Todd, we going to have to talk. Todd, we going to have to talk. Because I know what was said before practice today. I know who I was expecting to get the most reps today. That's all I'm saying, chat. That's it. I ain't going to beat a dead horse. I won't. But, hey, Watson, they say that boy cooking today. They say he's coming along today, chat. They say he's coming along and he's cooking a little bit. This is a horrible clip. This is a horrible clip, but you can see it a little bit. SO to Isaiah Bond. SO to that man, Isaiah Bond. That's a nice little toss right there, Deshaun. That's a nice little toss right there, Deshaun. I don't know how magically you getting all these reps today, Deshaun, but hey, he's taking advantage of them. He's taking advantage of them, chat. I don't know how he getting all these reps today, but hey, if he gonna be doing that, I get it. I understand it. But I still don't explain, man. Here's a better clip of it. Here's a better clip of that same pass. All right, let me go ahead and show it. Hold on. But dog. Here's a better clip of that same pass, chat. A little bit of a better clip. Still not a better clip. It looked like a better clip. All right, I gotta go ahead and DM my guy because hey, we gotta do better than this. I don't know what we're doing. I need my chat seeing this in 4K, and right now we seeing this in about like bro, this is about not even 1080. I need this in 4K for my chat, bro. What we doing? What we doing? But hey, Deshaun, chat. That boy getting a lot of reps today with the ones, man. That man getting a lot of reps today with the ones. That's all I'm saying. Yes, we still on 7-on-7. But hey, that boy put it on him. You know we unbiased here, chat. I'm going to show you the good. I'm going to show you the bad from both of them. We're going to get to some more Shedeur Sanders clips, but hey, Deshaun out there, bro, he putting the pressure on. I told you yesterday, pressure does what, chat? Pressure bursts pipes or pressure makes diamonds? Pressure bursts pipes or pressure makes diamonds? Deshaun Watson at the start of this camp, for 5, 6, 7 straight days, Shedeur Sanders was putting B to 8. Now Deshaun said, hey, I got something to say about it. And today they ain't full pads. So I'm gonna be putting a little stock into what I'm seeing today, chat. I'm gonna be putting a little more stock into what I'm seeing today. That's why I'm concerned. Because we were supposed to be getting a majority of the reps today. But somehow, some way, I'm continuing to see Deshaun Watson. I'm continuing to see his name. As you can see, these are the ones, chat. Let me show you this clip. Let's go back. These are the ones. That's Quinshon Judkins right there moving out. This is 11-on-11. Shedeur Sanders today was supposed to take the most reps with the ones today. He was supposed to take majority of the reps with the ones today. But I'm seeing this. So I'm saying, well, Are we looking into it or are we not? Are we looking into it or are we not? And if you don't believe me, let me just pull up this. Because I didn't say Shedeur Sanders was getting the most reps or getting the majority of the reps with the ones today. I didn't say that. I didn't say it. But y'all see who's out there. Those are the ones. Who's out there throwing the ball to him? That's Deshaun Watson. Today, Todd Monken said that Deshaun Watson, he was going to get some 7-on-7 reps. But today, I'm seeing him get some 11-on-11 reps. Why? If he was only supposed to get 7-on-7 reps. I'm gonna stop spamming the clip. All right, I quit. But chat, y'all say don't look into it, but I'm looking all the way into it. I'm looking all the way into it. Because if you don't believe me, here go Todd Monken. Todd Monken, can you come to the front of the congregation for me, Todd? Todd, I need you to come into the front of the congregation today. Okay? Hold on, y'all. Let me find a clip. This is Todd Monken.
Scripting. Sorry, I couldn't.
This is a clip from earlier today. Chat, this is why I'm looking into it. Deshaun Watson is out there with the ones doing 11-on-11. I'm just asking for a friend why he out there. Because this is what Todd said.
Sorry, I couldn't join.
Mary Kay, say it again.
Take all of the first team reps today, even though again once the install is over, or do you think
Might end up with a 7-on-7. Might end up where Sean gets one of those. That's what we've been doing. But Shedeur will take the majority of the 1 reps today. It's one of those.
Say it again.
Might end up with a 7-on-7. Might end up where Sean gets one of those. That's what we've been doing. But Shedeur will take the majority of the 1 reps today.
Hold on, chat. Chat. What's going on? I'm not trying to stir up some controversy. Todd out here looking like, hey, we got Simon Stefanski up out of here, Todd. Todd, we got Simon Stefanski up out of here. We was rocking with you. We've been rocking with you. We've been rocking with you, Todd. But Todd, another set of 7-on-7s and Deshaun Watson's up with the ones. It was supposed to be Shedeur Sanders' day with the ones, but it's been complete reversal of reps through the first half of practice. Is this because is this because Deshaun Watson gonna start next week? Is this because Deshaun Watson won't start next week? Is this because Shedeur Sanders is supposed to start next week? Is this because Shedeur Sanders not starting next week? Chat, I'm just asking the questions that, I think we all want answers to. Let's play it again.
Shedeur take all of the first team reps today, even though again once the install is over, or do you think
Might end up with a 7-on-7. Might end up where Sean gets one of those. That's what we've been doing. But Shedeur will take the majority of the 1 reps today.
Chat. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Chat. I didn't say it. But look, I'm not the only one who's saying something about it. I'm not the only one who's saying something about it, chat. Shedeur Sanders still working. Even though Todd Monken lied, Shedeur Sanders still QB1 in my eyes. Our guys still gonna cook regardless of you with the ones or the twos. We gonna cook whoever you put us out there with. We gonna cook whoever you put us out there with. Let's believe that. But dog, Todd, I'm not like, hey, things change in the middle of practice. Sometimes you gotta, adjust on the fly. I thought potentially maybe Shedeur, his arm was a little sore. But chat. Chat. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, chat. I'm not trying to look too much into it. But it's multiple people. It's multiple sources that are saying the same thing I'm saying, chat, so it can't just be me. I guess I'm not delusional. Zach Jackson, we don't even rock with him. He need to be on the Mount Rushmore with the rest of the bombs, with the rest of the bomb haters. Can't call them bums. I'm going to call them bombs. Deshaun Watson was up first today as they started 7-on-7, which we expected. Watson also started inside run with the first team, while Shedeur Sanders is throwing one-on-ones. Now Watson is up with the first team in 11-on-11. By previous rotation, this will be Shedeur Sanders' day with the number ones. By what Todd Monken even said earlier today. By what Todd Monken just said earlier today. Whose day is it supposed to be with the ones? And Todd, see? Now you even got stuff like this happen. Hold on. Jared Verse out here putting B to 8. Jared Verse out here putting B to 8. Todd, they fight because you lied, baby. Todd, I'm blaming you for this. They peep game. Todd. Hey, chat. Hey, practice. Hey. That boy Jared Burns said, hey, boy, I don't care what you say. Yeah, we gonna watch this a few times, chat. We gonna watch this a few times. I'm sorry. But dang. This is what's going on in practice today? Dang. Is that Fano? Is that the rookie? Bro, wasn't y'all just kicking it during practice the other day after practice? Bro, whoa. Jared. Fano was just out there. Hey, hold on, Jared Verse. You can't be doing a rookie like that. He's just a pup. Jared, you can't be. Hey, is that Fano, y'all? Am I tripping? Oh, let's rewind the tape. Is that Fano? Oh my goodness. And he don't got no helmet on. Jared Verse still got his helmet on, so hey, him pressing his head against that face mask, I know that hurt. But dang, chat. Y'all think this because Todd Monken lied to us today, chat? Yeah, that's Fano. God damn. I ain't trying to laugh. Fights happen during camp, chat. Fights happen during camp. They do. All right, fights happen during camp, chat. But back to what I was saying. Chat. Like, what's up with these reports, man? All right, let's watch the fight from the beginning one last time. All right, and then I quit. But dang, hold on. Dang, Jerry, he a rookie. Come on, baby, we play on the same squad. Hey, Fano must have got tired. Fano must have got tired of that boy Jerry. Like, you ain't finna keep on doing this to me. You ain't finna keep on doing this to me. Fano putting B to A. Hey, Chad, who we giving this fight to, Chad? Who we giving this fight to? Who won? I mean, I'm only getting partial of the clip. I'm only getting partial of the clip. Whoo. All right, we done with this, chat. We done with this. But if we going back to it, if we talking about it, if we having a conversation, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on today during practice. Besides this fight, chat, we about to get back to the clips in 2 seconds. I had a few other videos that I want to show y'all. But it's looking like, hey, they saying Deshaun Watson. They might have just handed them the keys, y'all. They saying Deshaun Watson, they might have just handed him the keys. Why is Deshaun Watson still out here with the ones today, chat? Come on, man. I wasn't lying, chat. I wasn't lying. Today, who was supposed to get majority of the reps? Shedeur Sanders. Who got a majority of the reps? Deshaun Watson. Why did he get a majority of the reps? They have a game next Saturday. So whoever got the majority of the reps today, probably because it's probably going to be who out there with the ones starting next Saturday. Potentially. I'm not trying to read too much into it, chat. I showed you what Todd said. But chat, I don't know how I should feel about this. I don't know if we being lied to or not. And then they say, hey, somebody said Fano ain't no punk. Hey, yeah, Fano ain't no punk, but he ain't going for none of that. Ooh. So, chat, how we feeling? All right. But also, somebody in the chat just made a good point. All right. Somebody in the chat just made a good point. Yeah, that was Watson in the last clip that I just showed. That was Watson. Someone said, relax. SO to Melissa. She said, relax. Monken said they will both start a preseason game. They're not going to let Deshaun start an at-home game because they don't want people booing him in a preseason game, especially if it's televised. I feel what you're saying. I like that take. Potentially, that could be true. Maybe they're giving Deshaun Watson the first start because it's away, and then give Shedeur Sanders that second preseason game. How do y'all feel about that take? SO to Melissa in the chat. He blowing up the chat, y'all. We talking to the chat today. Because I really want to see how y'all feel about this. Melissa, you might be right. You may be right. Because the Bills do come to Cleveland for that preseason game the following week after they play the Bears next Saturday. So potentially just getting Watson ready for this upcoming Saturday. Potentially. But chat, y'all know we pay attention to everything. And all I'm saying is Todd said somebody was going to take a lot of reps today. And I'm not seeing a lot of reps being taken by that certain someone. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, hey, come on. Hey, Melissa, I appreciate that take, but I'm not getting dramatic for views. I'm just stating the obvious, miss. I'm sorry. You can wait on G. Bush. Go holler at G. Bush. We're going to show some G. Bush. Hey, G. Bush. Actually, G. Bush talked today during practice. So G. Bush, what are we looking for today during practice? G. Bush, I had somebody bring up G. Bush in the chat, so we're going to go ahead and show a little G. Bush. G. Bush, you might be saying the same thing. G. Bush might look into it the same way I'm looking into it. I'm just saying. Trust me, I ain't doing this for views. I don't care if it was one person in here, 2, 3, 4. If it was 0 people in here, I was still talking my talk. I love y'all, chat. Keep on blowing up the chat. I love the conversations because we talking about it. We talking about it, baby. But G. Bush, what you got to say? This is at the beginning of practice. So this is before practice.
Browns training camp day 10. G. Bush is out here ready to go.
Tyvis
Powell will be out here. The final cut crew, Earl the Pearl, will be out here. And we got to talk about it. We got one more practice. I believe it's 6 consecutive games or days in practice for the Cleveland Browns. These dog days they refer to. Tired. You know, guys is waiting to try to get off their feet. They got a day off tomorrow. But like our coach used to always say, it's time to earn your day off.
Put your money where the mouth is.
So today we're going to come out. Install is over. So now it's about putting it together. We talked about it on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. We talked about it on the barbershop. Now it's the time to start acclimating the things that you learned. There's no more time to just be going through the motions and learning. That's cool. But now it's about who can put that in play, who can put that in motion, and basically make plays out here today. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for not only quarterbacks playing in structure, I'm looking for them. Are they able to marry that out of structure? I'm looking for an increased running game. I'm looking for guys to be able to run the football.
So this was G. Bush talking before practice. All right, talking about the things that we're looking for today during practice. We'll also show the recap of how practice went, right? We will. I'm about to get into some more clips here in 2 seconds, chat. But I don't care what anybody got to say. I know what I see with my own 2 eyes. At the end of the day, I played football at the Division I level. I ain't playing the league. But regardless, I know how football works and how it operates. And if we're really going to have a conversation, if we're really going to sit here and talk about it, chat, then let's talk about it. They play next Saturday. Today is the closest thing to a game that they're going to see. Deshaun Watson is out there getting reps with the ones today. A majority of the reps with the ones today when it was supposed to be Shedeur. Why? Because probably Deshaun Watson is most likely going to start the first preseason game next week. That's typically how it goes. You want your starters to be fresh. You want them to look crisp. You want them to look good when they go out there and they play. So, SO to Melissa, she might have said it. She might be right. Potentially, they're working Deshaun up to get ready for that first week, 1 game against the Bears since it's away. They don't want Deshaun Watson getting booed at home if he goes out and starts out there. Potentially, that's how they can be looking at it. Or maybe this is the first nod of showing us the decision that they make it. 2 things can be true. 2 things can be false. But we will not know until it shakes out. So regardless of what you think, regardless of what I think, none of us know the answer besides them people on the field. Period, point blank. So it don't matter which side of the aisle. Y'all know which side of the aisle I'm on. Y'all know who I'm rocking with, who I'm rooting for day in, day out. Come on, baby. But I'm just giving you the real and the raw. I'm just going to tell you and explain it. I ain't doing this for clicks, for clickbait. Nah, baby. Won't do that. I was getting no views. Now I'm getting a few. Be like that. But I'm cool with getting 0. But regardless, since y'all all in here, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. But let's go ahead and get back to the talk. Let's get back to these clips. Deshaun Watson. Hey, that boy looking crisp today. From the clips I'm seeing, boys in full pads, that boy out there looking crisp. Is that a tutty? We can't see the full clip. I'll show the other angle. Y'all know I show you one angle, and then I come back and I bring you the other angle. All right, Deshaun Watson rolls out the pocket. Potentially it looks like it probably was a sack. Everybody's slowing up. Everybody's slowing down. Potentially this play was a sack, but we know in the QB tracker, they're going to probably count as a TD. We know how that QB tracker was looking at the start of camp. Then all of a sudden we got 7 TDs for Deshaun Watson, and then it started looking a little scarce, thinking it might be AI. So regardless, chat, I'm sorry. As an unbiased journalist, analyst, I'm going to look into everything. You can think it's for clicks. You can think it's for likes. I can care less. But I'm going to always give it to you raw. And I'm going to always give it to you straight. And I'm going to always give it to you the way I know how. And that's giving you my opinion and what I think. But I love the chats, man. Keep blowing up the chat because I want to continue to have this conversation. I love the engagement right now. I love it. We're going to get back to some of y'all chats here in 2 seconds. All right? This potentially looks like it was a sack. Can't see the full angle. But y'all see, I'm showing a majority of who today. Y'all know how we do around here, chat. Y'all know how we do. Now look, chat, I am not the only one saying these things, chat. I am not the only one saying these things. Because now, if I'm looking at it, if I'm really thinking about it, if I'm really analyzing it, maybe it's a longer play. But you see, Derek Ryder, we don't really rock with him like that. But he tweeted it, he said it, so we're going to talk about it. Todd Monken told us before practice who was going to be starting. I showed the clip. I can replay it again, but there's no need. You saw it. You can rewind the tape if you want. But chat, not only is Watson remaining with the ones, but Dylan Gabriel getting a lot of reps with the twos along with Shedeur Sanders. Has Sanders been dropped to number 3 QB? He said it, not me. Y'all know who QB1. I know who QB1. But dog, they reading into what's going on today, just like we reading into what's going on today. So what's the difference, chat? What's the difference? They ain't passed today. Come on. Come on. The QB tracker, hey, didn't matter. We've been looking at it, cut, clean, and draw, and we only been putting so much weight into it. Shedeur Sanders was dominating QB tracker and it was irrelevant. Now, Deshaun Watson put up 7 TDs. Now it's the gospel. Which side of the aisle you on? Regardless, it's practice. Regardless, I don't care what anybody is doing during practice. What are you going to do next Saturday when you're playing the Chicago Bears in that first preseason game? What are you going to do the following week when you're playing against the Buffalo Bills in that preseason game and during that week when you're having these joint practices? What are you going to do that last preseason game? It matters what you do in a game. The evaluation is still ongoing, but all I'm saying is, chat, they saying this, not me. This damn team is exhausting. I agree. The goddamn Browns. The goddamn Browns. Come on, man. I'm sure Todd will explain it. We're going to get Todd the benefit of the doubt. But at the end of the day, chat, I'm just reporting what I see. So you can get mad at me for reporting it, but go back and forth with your mama. Don't go back and forth with me. All I'm saying, chat, is, at the end of the day, come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. You see the reports. I ain't reporting nothing. You see it. But let's get back to the clips, man. Because reports are one thing, but what are we seeing with our eyes? What are you seeing with your own two? Let that be the discernment. Let that be the judge. What are we seeing with our own eyes? You tell me what you see. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I see lasers being thrown by both QBs still. Shedeur Sanders with a rope to Cedric. I see you out here, Cedric. A rope. Put it on him, too. But as you can see, Shedeur Sanders today, that's the 2 group out there. Those are the 2. Shedeur Sanders is supposed to be getting the majority reps with who today? I'm just saying, Chad. Don't look into it if you want to, or look into it. Don't look into it if you don't want to, or look into it. That's all I'm saying. That's all. You don't have to look into it, but I will. You don't have to think something is going on, but I will. You don't have to agree whether side of the aisle you're on, but I will tell you which side of the aisle I'm on. Come on, man. Come on. So, yeah. I know what I see with my own too. I know what I'm seeing with my own too. And today, the Cleveland Browns, they're doing a little something different. The Cleveland Browns, when I look at their timeline, when I look at the tweeter, I see a lot of twos, highlights. That's all I'm saying. When I look at the Browns, I see a lot of this. Hey, getting after it. When I look down their feed, I see a lot of this. Hold on, let me play the clip from the beginning. Are the Browns sending mixed signals? Is Todd Monken sending mixed signals? I don't know. You be the judge. But every time I look up, I look at the Cleveland Browns feed. I pull up the tweeter. When I pull up the tweeter, I see a lot of Shedeur Sanders. When I pull up the tweeter, I see a lot of Shedeur Sanders. That's all I'm saying. When I pull it up, every single time, this is what I see. This is what I see. Every time I pull up the tweeter, this is what I see. First to the field. Who was it? Who was the first to the field? Are they sending us mixed signals? Are they sending us mixed signals, chat? I'm just asking for a friend. Because all I'm seeing is today, I'm seeing a lot of Deshaun Watson's clips with the ones. First to the field today. First in, last to leave, always. As it should be. Come on, man. Come on, man. Chat. Once again, I am not the only one that's saying something about this. Come on, man. Chat. I am wondering. They said it, not me. It says, I'm wondering what happened today with the Browns divisional reps for the QBs. Todd Monken started Shedeur Sanders, stated earlier. Shedeur Sanders, he will be doing what? Getting the majority of the reps. Right? Chat. They talking about it. They saying it. I'm just saying. Todd Monken, out his own mouth. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Let me pull it back up. But Todd Monken out of his own mouth. This is what he told us today before practice. Practice is almost over to the QB tracker. Hold on. I didn't get a text yet, did I? QB tracker is still being loaded. All right, but this is what Todd Monken said today before practice.
Will Shedeur take all of the first team reps today, even though, again, once the install.
We just saw it.
We might end up with
coming
the
in.
7-on-7, might end up where Sean gets one of those. That's what we've been doing. But Shedeur will take the majority of the 1 reps today.
Shedeur will take a majority of the 1 reps today. This was right before practice. You can see his face. He looks pretty serious. He looks like he probably meant what he said. So what's going on during practice today? What's going on during practice today, chat? He just said it. But Dale Ryder tweeted this. Daniel Fusier, he tweeted. So y'all can say don't really lead into it, don't do this, don't do that. But Chad, I'm just saying. And before we get into more clips, because I got a lot more clips. All right, I got the clips loaded. Before we get into more clips, before we continue even with this topic, right? Before we even continue with this topic, do me a favor. It's over about 400 people in here, over 400 people. Please hit that like button for me. Please hit that like button for me. Please hit that like button for me. Hit the subscribe button. If this is your cup of tea, even if it's not your cup of tea, you in here, don't be a ghost watcher. Hit the like button for me. I appreciate you in advance. But something must have changed. What's changed? Because Dale Ryder, for him to even tweet this, we don't even rock with him. But it says not only is Shedeur, not only is Watson remaining with the ones, but Dylan Gabriel is getting a lot of reps with the twos along with Shedeur Sanders. Has Sanders been dropped to number 3 QB? I don't even like Daniel Ryder. I don't even like Daniel Ryder. But we're going to go to a legitimate source in Daniel Fusier, who I trust more, who I believe is always unbiased and always giving us a cut, clean draw of what he believes. Dylan Gabriel led twos to end the period. Significant reduction in reps for Shedeur Sanders on a day when he's supposed to run the number 1 offense. I didn't say it. I just pointed out what everybody's pointing out, chats. So don't get mad at me just because I'm the first one to break it. I'm just stating the obvious. Browns running some 3rd and 4th and shorts in 11 on 11s. Starting defense firmly won the first set playing against Deshaun Watson and the number 1 offense. Defensive line overwhelmed the offensive line quickly. Dylan Gabriel led the twos to end the period. Significant reduction in reps for Shedeur Sanders on a day when he's supposed to get a majority of the number 1 reps. We just heard Todd Monken say it. I'm not going to show it again because y'all just heard it. I'm not going to continue to show it. But I wanted to take the man at his word. I took the man at his word. He said Shedeur Sanders was going to get majority of the reps today, but I'm not seeing it. So what's really going on? We will have to wait until we get the answer. But with my own 2 eyes, I spy with my little eye Deshaun Watson out there with the ones today. I'm not saying, hey, I'm not saying this, I'm not saying that. Maybe they just tanking for Arch. Who knows? But dog. Come on, man. What are we talking about? This are the ones. Well, actually, this isn't the ones. This isn't a set with the ones. These are actually the twos right here. These are actually the twos. My bad. I take that back. But from what I'm seeing a lot of Deshaun Watson today. Seeing a lot of Deshaun Watson. So do my eyes fool me? Is Daniel Fusier somebody that's on the ground, somebody that's there? Is he lying? I don't think so. So, hey. Y'all can say don't read too much into it, but I'm reading all the way into it. I'm looking all the way at it. Shedeur Sanders didn't seem hobbled or, seem like he was not doing as well. Come on, man. I'm just trying to figure out what changed between now and then. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. What we talking about, chat? Y'all said that it was me. Oh, he's blowing it up. Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Why is he saying that? Why is he just trying to stir it up for likes? I don't need the likes, but I appreciate the likes, though. So, chat, hey, hit that like. Hey, if you in here watching, I'm not showing no more clips. No more clips. No more locked doors. I'm not showing no more clips, so you hit that like button. But on a serious note, y'all, I'm not doing this for likes. I didn't put that title up there just for likes. I put the title up there because it's really what I'm thinking. I always tell you, I'm gonna give it to you raw. I have a dog in the fight, and that's Shedeur Sanders because I want him to be a QB1. I want him to prove all the doubters wrong. So yes, I have a dog in the fight in Shedeur Sanders. But I'm gonna tell you what I see. I'm gonna call it cut and dry. Come on, man. And that's what I said. They're simply getting Watson ready for the next week. That's exactly. Hey, Melissa said it. I said it. They potentially getting Watson ready for next week. So, hey. Come on, man. Come on. We saw this earlier, but I'm going to play it again because that's a dime. That's a dime. But, y'all, if we're looking at the clips, if what I'm showing you a majority of, I'm seeing a lot of Deshaun Watson. So, yes, they could be getting him ready for next week for him to start potentially game 1 and start that game on the road. They owe him $40 million. So, potentially today, Todd Monken said, you know what? We're probably going to start Deshaun Watson next Saturday against the Chicago Bears in Chicago. So, today, let's give him a full rundown with the one, see how he does, and make sure that he's potentially ready to go for that first week when he starts against the Chicago Bears. We already owe him $40 million, so maybe he did get a call from Haslam. Or maybe this is a nod to, and they're showing their hand of what they're really expecting to do. He did say potentially both quarterbacks will get the start, right? But we shall see. I'm looking into who's starting that first preseason game. That's typically how it goes. But then again, now that I think about it, quarterbacks, a lot of quarterbacks, some quarterbacks don't even play at all during the preseason. This is a quarterback competition, so I'm expecting all QBs to play. So, come on. The real question is Watson going to last the whole season? That's the real question. Come on, man. Next clip, though. My bad, chat. To that boy Wilson, right over the middle. Nice little pass, nice little ball. Boom. Hit that back foot, get it out. Hit that back foot, get it out, too. Hit that back foot and get it out, baby. All right? But chat. Come on. How much should we look into this? How much should we look into it? But regardless, like I said earlier, chat, it don't matter who we with. Two gonna ball. Rolling out to the right, quickly pass to KC, nothing crazy. Don't matter who we with, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. This is 2-minute drill. Moving the ball downfield. Hitting the sideline, getting it out to him so that way he can get in, get it out. Clock still moving. You see it, 2-minute drill going on right now. Let's see what Shedeur Sanders can capitalize and get a TD in. Get a TD in the end zone, Shedeur. Give me a TD. And this 2-minute drill, baby. But y'all say, hey, don't look too much into it. We gonna see, y'all say, G Bush. G Bush. Hey, he the one who gonna tell it all. He was actually there in the building. He knows a little bit more than me. Facts. So I'm gonna holler at G Bush. I might just send him a text and say, hey, G, what's going on? Hey, G, what's going on? Because I'm not liking what I'm seeing, G. I'm not. Come on, man. I'm not. But Deshaun Watson. Hold on. My bad, chat. Deshaun Watson. Hey. That boy taking advantage of the reps now. Tyson Campbell and Denzel Ward today did not practice in certain periods with the first team defense. They did not. They did not. Tyson Campbell and Deshaun Watson did not practice with the first team defense today. So that's why, hey, these corners are getting ate up. But still, that's a nice back shoulder ball right there, Deshaun. Nice back shoulder ball right there, Deshaun. TD, that QB track is going to look a little different today. I'm not going to lie to y'all, chat. I know it is. That QB tracker today going to be looking a little different. Deshaun, hey. He said, Shedeur. He said, Shedeur, you got off to a fast start, but hey, I'm right on your heels, baby. And I ain't going nowhere. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. I still got my money on 2, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Not worried. Not worried. But Ty, you can't be lying to us like that, though. Ty, you can't be lying to us like that. You can't tell us that our guy 2 is going to take a majority of the reps, and then when he get out there, I'm not seeing him taking the majority of the reps. Don't lie to us like that. Don't lie to us like that. But if we're looking at it real quick, Shedeur Sanders has been slinging it today. Can visibly see improvement in the throw power aspect of his game. 2 gonna still do what he do, chat. 2 gonna still do what he do. Not lying to you. 2 gonna still do what he do. But all I'm saying, I don't like to be lied to, Todd. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Even with this, chat, 2 slinging it today, but dog. 11 on 11, session, focus on short yardage situation. Watson up with the 1s, followed by Sanders with the 2s. Once again, Todd Monken said, I didn't say who was going to get the majority of the reps today. I didn't say who was going to get the majority of the reps today. Just saying. Just saying. So, yeah. We're going to continue to get to it. We're going to continue to talk about it. All right, we're going to get to it. We're going to continue to talk about it. I don't care what everybody's saying. I don't care what this person's saying. I don't care what that person's saying. We're going to continue to talk about it. Because you're lying if you're saying we shouldn't look into it. You're lying if you're saying we shouldn't look into it. Cut it out. Cut it out. This is a better clip from earlier. From the clip I showed you with Deshaun Watson. Jesus Christ, production. Pause the goddamn video, please. Excuse my French, y'all. Anyway. This is from the other angle of Deshaun Watson rolling out. This is one of the first drives on 11 and 11 today. One of the first drives of 11 on 11 today. Deshaun Watson gearing up to throw that thing, launch that thing. Teddy. That's a long little play right there, though. I don't think it's a sack, though. It might have been a sack, chat. It might have been a sack because I see him right there. Yeah, this might have been a sack. Yeah. You can see the defense in the back holding up his hands. Yeah, that was a sack. But the QB track is still going to say this is a TD. And that's okay. It is what it is. Because we know that they was running the QB scramble drill earlier today anyway. So this is going to count as a touchdown. This is going to count as a touchdown. They were running scramble drill. Deshaun Watson. Scramble out the pocket. Do a tutty. Deshaun Watson. Practicing with the 1s today. I'm showing you clips. And from the clips, it looks like my guy took a full advantage of it. From the clips, it looks like he took full advantage of it. Period, point blank. Being honest with you. Just being honest with you. But all this still doesn't explain. All this still doesn't explain why 2 didn't get a majority of reps today. Just saying. Here's Deshaun Watson again. Deshaun Watson. I'm seeing a lot of clips of Deshaun today, chat. Seeing a lot of clips of Deshaun. That's all I'm saying. Seeing a lot of clips. Boy, this seemed like the longest play in history. You pump faking like 20 times. He put it on him, though. About a 30-second play, but he put it on him. He put it on him. But I don't know, chat. I'm still feeling away. Not gonna lie to you. Wouldn't lie to you, chat. Definitely still feeling away. But I'm sure it is a good explanation of why. Of why things happen. I'm sure it's a good explanation today why Deshaun Watson got a lot of reps. And earlier, I showed you the fight with Jared Verse and that boy Fano. This is the very next play. After the fight, this is the very next play. Fano ain't going for none of it. Fano ain't going for none of it. Fano ain't going for none of it. We saw the fight. We saw the fight earlier, did we not, chat? I don't mean to bring up old-ish. All right, it was just a little bit ago, but we saw the fight. Right? We saw the fight. But the very next play, all right, the very next play, Fano said, hey, Jared, don't think it's sweet. Look at him. Hey, Fano, hey, Cleveland, you might got your left tackle, baby. Hey, Cleveland, let's drop a goddamn bomb for Fano real quick, please. Can we drop a bomb for Fano? Drop a bomb for Fano real quick. The very next play. After y'all get in a little tussle, after you squabbled up a little bit, the very next play. Fano. Bounce back and you respond, young fella. Yeah, let him know. Let him know. I'm here. I'm here. Hey, Cleveland. Might have got you one, baby. Yeah. Good head. Good. Good set. Good feet. Good hands. Good. Good. That's what I'm talking about, Fano. That's what I'm talking about. Chat said Fano. Hey, chat said Fano put his paws on Jared. That's what happened. Hey, I'm just saying I see it. But if you remember the fight, all right, let me show these back to back. Let me show these back to back real quick. All right, I don't mean to bring up old ish, chat, but we gonna bring up old ish real quick. Jesus Christ, I gotta do. Oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. You see it. Oh. Hey, after this, after y'all get a nice little tussle like that, you know what was going to happen. Fano said, I don't care if you were trying to help me after practice. I still want all smoke. Jared, I still want all smoke, my guy. I still want all smoke with you, my guy. And then the very next play, you come back with a nice little set like this. Hey, Fano. Yeah, you tough. I like it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah, talk to him. Talk to him. Hey, Cleveland. Cleveland, you got your left tackle. Cleveland. Cleveland. Got your left tackle. Hey, I just want to put a spotlight on that. Because as a young rookie, playing against a guy, yes, he's young too. Jared Verse only 25. All right, but he's had three solid years in the league. This is his fourth season coming up. Going against a semi-veteran. You're a rookie. Getting your first fight during camp. You respond like this. Yeah. Yeah. Iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But this still doesn't explain. This still doesn't explain. This still doesn't explain why I didn't see a lot of clips today. Why I didn't see a lot of clips today. But it sounds like, once again, like I said, And like a few other people in the chat has said, sounds like Deshaun Watson, he will probably be getting a start next week against Chicago in Chicago. That's most likely the case. They know how that home crowd will be if we really putting it together now. Like, if all jokes aside, like all mess aside, Esso to Melissa, you made a hell of a point. If we really being honest, you know, and having a conversation chat, Deshaun Watson's probably going to start next week in Chicago. Doesn't mean he's the starter. All right. Not going to pass judgment. But I was just pointing out the fact that don't play with us like that. Don't play in front of my face like that, Todd. Don't tell us he gonna be getting the majority of the reps today when really it's gonna be Deshaun getting the majority of the reps. You ain't even gotta lie about that. That's all I'm saying, chat. That's all I'm saying. That's not something you gotta lie about. If Deshaun Watson was gonna get the majority of the reps today, just tell Deshaun Watson get the majority of the reps today. But you should have gave 2 majority of the reps yesterday. They trying to do a lot to help Deshaun come along. They know he's rusty. Deshaun Watson is a little bit, you know, I want to say not out of it, but he's a little bit, you know, rusty. He's a little bit rusty. The boy's finally, you know, coming back, getting back right. So at the end of the day, I see why they're doing it. You want to bring him up to speed. You want him to be comfortable, right? You do. But at the same time, don't play with us about the reps, baby. We got a little hey, chat, I'm just saying we got a little PTSD, chat. Chat, all I'm saying, we got a little PTSD from what happened last year with Sabasad Stefanski. With Sabasad Stefanski, I got a little bit PST, Todd. So, Todd, you ain't got to lie to me. That's all I'm saying, Todd. That's all I'm saying. Don't lie to me. I quit, chat. But the reason why y'all are here, the reason why everybody's here, that QB tracker is out. The QB tracker is out. And hold on. Yeah, hold on. Hit that like button before I show you this QB tracker. Because y'all think y'all slick. Hit that like button before we get on the QB tracker. You see I had it pulled up. You saw it for 2 seconds. Before I pull it up again, blow up that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the follow button right now. I ain't doing nothing until you do it. Nope, I'm waiting. Nah, I quit, chat. Come on. I quit, but nah, let's get into it, though, for real. All right, hit that like button, though, for me, seriously, though. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you for tuning in always. Thank you for coming back. I love my beautiful people, and I love y'all blowing up the chats. Today, at the end of this video, I will get into a majority of y'all chats and just talk about it so that way we can continue to have this conversation and discussion about it. But if we're looking at today, day 10 of training camp through 10 days. Today, who's still steady and consistent? Who's still Deshaun. I saw a few of those touchdowns, my guy. I see you out here. But when you get a majority of the reps with the ones, but anyway, Shedeur Sanders goes 16 for 20, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Deshaun Watson goes 23 for 34, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And Dylan Gabriel goes 5 for 12, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I told y'all that QB track was going to look a little spooky today. I told you it was going to look a little spooky. But let's give it up for Deshaun. That's all you get, though. Now, let's give it up for Deshaun. Solid day in office. The boy's taking advantage of his reps. That's all I'm saying. But if we're looking at the reps for the last few days, not going to lie to you, chat. Not going to lie to you. If we're looking at these reps from the last few days, I'm feeling away. Because I know you're trying to bring, you know, Buddy along, but I don't mean you play with 2 like that. Don't lie in front of my face again like that, Todd, or we might have to really have a discussion. I might have to pull up on you. Nah, let me cut it out. But chat, if we're looking at it, if we're having an honest conversation about it, come on, man. This is practice. We ain't supposed to look into the QB tracker that much, but we're looking into it. We still talking about it, yes. After those first few days, our guy started off hot. Shedeur Sanders was out here balling consistently day in and day out. Day in and day out. Now, seems like the tide is changing. Seems like the tide has changed. You understand? If you don't know what the stats are looking like so far in camp, all right, somebody in the chat, you can do the numbers for me real quick. So these were the numbers leading into today. All right, these were the numbers leading into today. Shedeur Sanders still operating around 80%, 70% or higher QB percentage during camp. But here's what we're looking at. These are the numbers so far in camp. These are the numbers from today. If we're looking at the numbers from today, chat, looking at the numbers from today, Shedeur Sanders, 16 for 20. Steady, being consistent. Continuing to take advantage of the reps that he's getting. No interception today. So another day of taking care of the ball. Actually, let's clap it up for goddamn everybody not turning on the ball today. Yesterday, everybody and mama had a turnover. Clap it up for the goddamn QBs. Let's drop a bomb for the goddamn QBs for taking care of the ball today. QBs taking care of the ball. I love to see it. I love to see it. But chat, you got to do me a favor. Somebody do the numbers for me. These are the numbers thus far in camp, not including today. Somebody include today in the chat. Somebody include it so that way we can talk about it. All right? I just saw somebody in the chat say if they're off 2 is going to be the biggest mistake they've ever made, and I agree. Shedeur definitely got a touchdown today. That's why I said, chat, Shedeur Sanders definitely got a touchdown today. He did. He did. Where's touchdown at, though, in the QB tracker? QB tracker is not gospel, chat. Yes, they are biased. We know this. It's not the gospel. Because now I'm looking at a few straight days. Maybe I'm looking at a few straight days, right? A few straight days. Well, Shedeur Sanders just doesn't have a touchdown. But Deshaun Watson, today he has 4. The other day he had 7. Hey, I'm looking at the clips. Deshaun Watson, yeah, he cooking. Deshaun Watson, yes, he's cooking for sure. For sure. But is he cooking like that? I'm just asking. I don't know. You tell me, chat. You tell me. All right, let's get to the comments. Let's read some of these comments, man. Let's read some of these comments. All right. If they ain't training Shedeur. It is funny how 92.3 the fan said, hey, it was a mistake because Deshaun Watson was leading in picks, and now they calling it the gospel because now, hey, Deshaun Watson's leading in touchdowns. Yeah. We don't care about the tracker, though, y'all. We only putting so much into it. They are going to start a preseason game. Shedeur Sanders definitely had a tutty today. Ain't no need, though, y'all. It goes back to the point, ain't no need. It's no need to see Deshaun Watson. You're not going to extend him next year. You're not going to give him another contract. I don't want to see Deshaun Watson, period. There's no reason why he should even be practicing with the ones, if I'm being honest with you. I don't want them to hand this job to Shedeur. I don't. I don't want them to hand the job to Shedeur. I don't. And you see Mary Kay, boy. Yeah, I see Mary Kay tweeting out her boy. Deshaun Watson. They showing all his TDs. They saying Deshaun Watson was out there cooking today, chat. You see him out there with the ones. You see him out there with the ones. Shedeur Sanders had a tutty today. And I'm not seeing it on this tracker. I'm not seeing it on this tracker. ESPN Cleveland, you know who they tweeting out today? ESPN Cleveland, go look at their Twitter feed. Everybody right now, go look at ESPN's Cleveland's Twitter feed. And to be quite honest with you, I'm going to show it. Because I just want y'all to be a privy to this. Today during practice, all right, the reason why we're not looking at this QB tracker is gospel. I'm about to show you in 2 seconds. The reason why we're not looking at this QB tracker as the gospel, because I will show you in 2 seconds. Shedeur Sanders, did he not practice today? Did Shedeur Sanders not practice today? Oh, okay. I'm just asking for a friend. All right. Here's the QB tracker that they put out. This is ESPN Cleveland. QB tracker from today. Shedeur practiced today. No TDs. Look at Deshaun. Oh, Shedeur ain't practiced though. Oh, look at Watson to Boston. Shedeur. Where's Shedeur at? Didn't he practice? Oh, Watson to Bond. Oh, TD. Shedeur, didn't he practice? Oh, Deshaun to 3. Shedeur. Where's Shedeur? Where's Shedeur? Oh, hold on. 4 to ESPN. Hold on. Where's Shedeur? Y'all posted Watson to KC. Whoa. 4 to 1. Whoa. Shedeur ain't do nothing during practice today. ESPN Cleveland. We can't get him a clip. We can't get him a clip. 4, Watson to Bond. Watson to Bond, TD. Watson to, come on, baby. Chat. Y'all think I'm playing when I say the propaganda, the bias is real. Cut it out. 4, you see, hey, I know Deshaun Watson, he balled today. Yes, sir, he did. But let me slow it down for you. Because we're looking at the tracker, right? This is ESPN Cleveland. ESPN Cleveland puts out the tracker, do they not? Watson to Bond, 1 clip. Watson to Bond, another clip. Watson to Bond, TD, another clip. Watson to 3. Hey, tempers flared, okay. Watson to 4. Chat, you see a common goddamn denominator, don't you? Stop playing with me, dog. What we look like, Boo Boo the Fool? Chat. The tracker's not gospel, baby. Shedeur Sanders threw an TD today. Threw a few of them, actually. I'll get to a couple of the clips. But I just dispelled something that was so easy to dispel. What happened to Shedeur Sanders clips? How come we just got Deshaun Watson? Interesting. ESPN Cleveland. Interesting. Chat, y'all see how I did that? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But the QB1 will be decided when the preseason games get here. Chat, y'all are hilarious. Chat, I get animated because that's how I am. Like, this is entertainment, baby. Don't think I'm really like... Ain't no need. Hey, I love the chat. I love the comments. Keep on doing what y'all doing. I love y'all, man. Ain't no need to dispel all the nonsense. Ain't no need to it. But yes, I'm emotional because that just makes the commentary that much funner, man. Come on, baby. Y'all know that. Come on. You come in here for the content for one reason and one reason only. Why not get emotional? Because I'm just that much passionate about it. I just love sports that much. I just love football that much. Maybe I'm just that big of a Cleveland Browns fan. Did you ever think about that? I just care so much. Anyway, chat. Daniel Fousier, day 10 of Browns training camp is over. Day 10 is in the books. Real quick, before we continue, guys, I'm seeing a lot of ghost watchers today. If you don't rock with me, ain't no need to even be in here. All right, if you can't take 2 seconds to hit that like button, dog, your view ain't gonna make a difference to me. Just say it. It takes you 2 seconds to hit the like button. All right, we got a lot of people in here. 2 seconds to hit the like button. Please hit the like button for me. I appreciate you in advance. That's all I'm asking. All right, hook me up. I appreciate you. But Daniel Fusier, we see what he's tweeted. Day 10 of Browns training camp is over. On a day when Shedeur Sanders was scheduled to practice with the starting offense, Deshaun Watson took every rep with the number 1 unit. Sanders split the remaining reps with Dylan Gabriel. So they getting Deshaun ready for that first preseason game. Yes. But should we look into it more? Potentially. Potentially. They're getting Deshaun ready for that first preseason game, chat. But I would be remiss. Chat, if I didn't say that this means a little bit of something. Maybe it can mean they just trying to get them ready for the first preseason game. Maybe it can mean, hey, maybe they're really starting to divvy up the reps and you're going to really see who they are choosing for the starting quarterback. Did Shedeur Sanders just not practice today? Because, y'all, I'm not going to lie to you. I saw a lot. I'm getting sent so many Deshaun Watson clips. So many Deshaun Watson clips. So many Deshaun Watson clips today. I just showed you ESPN Cleveland. Well, we saw so many of Deshaun Watson clips, and we ain't seen not one Shedeur Sanders clip on their page. Do I got to pull it up again on ESPN Cleveland? ESPN Cleveland, the one that's giving us this tracker. Let me dive back into it for 2 seconds before we get back to this. ESPN Cleveland. This is their Twitter, is it not? This is their Twitter, is it not, chat? The quarterback tracker. They put it out, did we not? Watson. Did Shedeur not practice today? Watson. I rest my case. Chat. I rest my case. I told you the QB tracker is not gospel. It's not the gospel. But at one point in time, I mean, it was leaning towards one side. And that boy Deshaun had won 7 touchdown day in there since then. But today, the real question comes down to this. The real question of today is, on a day where Shedeur Sanders, and we were told that Shedeur Sanders would get a majority of the reps today, he did not. I don't care what you say. You can argue with your mama about it, but I'm reading into it a little bit. I'm looking into it a little bit. My eyes squinted a little bit. I'm just saying. Your eyes don't have to be squinted. You are entitled to your own opinion, just like I'm entitled to my own opinion. Just saying. You're entitled to watch whatever you want to watch. You ain't got to be in here. But I'm going to call it how I see it, chat. Every time. Day 10 of Browns training camp is over. On a day where Shedeur Sanders was scheduled to practice with the starting offense, Deshaun Watson took every rep with the number 1 unit. Sanders split the remaining reps with Dylan Gabriel. This is tweeted by somebody that's not me. Look how Todd Monken played in Shedeur Sanders' face today. Shedeur went balling first day of camp and first few days of camp, not just first day of camp, first few days of camp. Now these folks taking his reps away after they told us he was taking all the reps with the ones today. This shit getting out of hand. This is why the Browns organization will forever be in last place. Well, chat, my hands are up. I don't know what to believe, and I don't know what not to believe. But everybody's talking about it now. This will be the talk of the town next week. I promise you. I just was the one who caught it first. But You can choose to look into it. You can choose to not look into it. Some people, just like this tweet, I didn't tweet this. Some people are looking into it. Some people are looking into it. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. So, once again, going back to the tracker from today, if you're just now coming in, I potentially showed you why we shouldn't be paying attention to the tracker that much. I literally went through it, why we shouldn't put and make the tracker the gospel. Because Shedeur Sanders practiced today. And I ain't seen many clips of Shedeur. Seen a ton of Deshaun Watson. But if Shedeur went 16 for 20, I should see some more completions. If Shedeur Sanders went 16 for 20 and he scored a touchdown, I should see more of that. So, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. And once again, Todd said this, not me.
Might end up where Sean gets one of those. That's what it is.
Oh, actually, hold on. That's not the clip. My bad, chat. My bad. That's on me. That's on me. But I'm going to show y'all in 2 seconds what G. Bush and Earl the Pearl and our crew out there. I'm going to show y'all in 2 seconds what they had to say about it. All right? In 2 seconds, we're going to see what G. Bush and the crew had to say about it because they was out there. They was out there. They saw it with their own 2 eyes. We heard what Todd Monken said. And just if you haven't heard it, if you just came in here, make sure you hit that like button for me, chat. Please make sure you hit that like button. All right? I'm going to keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face because it helps me, believe it or not. All right? So you taking 2 seconds out of your busy day to hit that like button, I greatly appreciate it, man. It literally takes you 2 seconds. And if you got a channel, if you got a channel right now, put your channel in the chat. If you have a YouTube channel right now, put your channel in the chat. I'm going to go over to your channel. I'm going to blow that thing up. We're going to hit the comments. We're going to hit the like button over there. If you got a channel right now, put it in the chat. I'm going to show you some love, baby. All right? I'm going to show you some love, baby. Period. All right? If you got a channel right now, put it in the chat so the channel can get some love. Chat, go show their channel some love too. All right? If you got a channel right now, put it in the chat for me, please. All right? I'm going to show you some love after today's video. I got you. All right? But do me a favor, hit that like button for me, though. But once again, this is the last time I'm going to show it. I lied. I lied. Hold on. Hold the phone. Now this is the last time I'm going to show it.
Should the 7-on-7.
Next day, again, once the install is over, or
Hold on. What was the question, Mary Kay?
So Todd, will Shedeur take all of the first team next day, again, once the install is over, or do you think
Might end up with the 7-on-7, might end up where Sean gets one of those. That's what we've been doing. But Shedeur will take the majority of the 1 reps today.
He said it, chat. He said it. I didn't put the words in his mouth. You didn't put the words in his mouth. Daniel Fousier didn't put the words in his mouth. But somehow he said that he was going to take the majority of the reps today. And I'm sure it's a very good explanation for why he didn't. But he didn't. So until Ty comes out and tells us why he didn't give Shedeur Sanders the reps that he was supposed to get today, then we have to lean on to our own understanding about the situation. Can you see that, chat? Until we get answers about why he did this, we have to lean on to our own understanding. So until we get answers, we have to do our own digging and our own homework. I'm sure it's potentially a reasonable explanation. Ty Monken is not one to lie, at least to my knowledge. So it's a reasonable explanation for it, but we don't know the explanation. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to speculate like crazy. Everybody else in Cleveland media, Cleveland media about to go crazy this next upcoming week. Come on, you know how they do it. You know how they do it over there. You know how them people are. Y'all know how Cleveland media finna run with this. Facts. It's a fact. Right? But I just showed you what Todd Monken said. I did not say it. I didn't say it. I'm not the coach. This is what the QB tracker looked like today, though. Deshaun Watson got a majority of the reps. Shedeur Sanders went 16 for 20. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, even though I saw a touchdown. Deshaun Watson went 23 of 34. Deshaun Watson yesterday. Dog, he had a majority of reps yesterday, too. So, chat, with this information, lead into your own understanding. I'm not going to tell you how to think about it, but I'm going to tell you what I think about it. I ain't going to tell you how you should feel about it, but I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So my opinion is, with this QB tracker and with how the reps were divvied up, Shedeur Sanders didn't get the reps that Todd Monken said that he was going to get today. That's as simple as it can get, chat. It's simple. It's that simple. And if we're really looking at the reps, if we're really comparing the two, if we go back, 3 days? If we go back 3 days, chat. So on the 6th, they got equal reps. They got equal reps. But I can promise you, they didn't just throw only 16 passes in the game. We only seen this on 1 day, and they just magically throw the same amount of reps. No, not true. Not true. That's why this ESPN tracker is not the gospel. And I just dispelled earlier why. You saw their timeline. You saw the feed. But this was on the 6th. This was just yesterday. So if we're looking at yesterday, Deshaun Watson got 23 completions. He got the majority of the reps yesterday, right? And if we're looking at today, Deshaun Watson got the majority of the reps today. So we can look at this in 2 ways. Is Deshaun Watson, is he just gearing up to start his first game? Are they gearing up and are they giving Deshaun Watson majority of the reps because they want him to look as crisp as he can for that first preseason game where he starts? Yes, that can potentially be black and white, can simply be the answer. Hey, Todd Monken gonna come out next week and gonna say, hey, we gave Deshaun Watson the majority of the reps on Saturday because we had a good idea and a good impression that we were probably gonna start him come to Saturday's game, and we wanted him to get a majority of reps so that way he can be fresh and he can be ready to go with the ones. But this was yesterday's QB tracker. Deshaun Watson got a majority of the reps, and this was today, the QB tracker, where Shedeur got a majority of the reps. So y'all, we don't have to, you can look into it as much as you want. But once again, I will say this for the 50th time. Lean on to your own understanding. You can look into this however you want until Todd Monken comes out and tell us exactly what his thinking was with this. But until he comes out of his own mouth and he says what his thinking was, I'm going to speculate because I can. I'm going to give you my opinion because I can. And you should give me your opinion because you can. That chat free, baby. Blow that chat up and tell me how you really feel. Now let's get into y'all chats. All right. Should I go top chats? I ain't gonna go top chats. We're gonna start. Actually, yeah. We can start at the bottom. We're gonna work our way to the top. All right. But yeah, if I'm being honest, though, before we get to the chats, if I'm being honest, it would make sense that they're giving Deshaun Watson majority of the reps because they want him to start in that first away game. They want Todd Monken, he spilled the beans earlier in the week. He told NFL Network that, hey, we're going to give both quarterbacks a chance to start. Deshaun Watson, his chance to start is going to be away versus Chicago. So that way he don't hear a lot of boos. But I ain't going to lie, I'm going to be in the crowd. I'm going to be in that stadium. I'm going to have my phone out. And if we hear some boos, I'm going to show you if we heard some boos in that stadium. But yes, it makes sense for PR purposes for them to potentially start Deshaun Watson away next week in Chicago. That makes sense. But Todd, you said earlier, I'm just saying. But that makes sense if they did it that way. Right? Or it makes sense. Hey, I ain't going to say it. It makes sense if it's going the other way too. But lean into your own understanding, man. Don't take my word for it. We going to figure it out. We going to figure it out, though. Come on, man. We going to get the answers. So be patient. All right. The report from G. Bush, Tyvis, and Earl Pearl about to be coming at you here in 2 seconds. Earl Pearl, G. Bush, and Titus. They had their breakdown, or they have their breakdown of how they felt camp went today. And I'm pretty sure they're going to give us their answer or why they feel like things happened the way they happened today. So we're going to get into it. That's the credible source that I go to. That's the credible source that I lean on. Right? That's a credible source that I lean on. Facts. So we shall see. We shall see. All right, but until then, we're going to wait and find out. So real quick, this just came out. All right, this might give us a little bit of an answer. They showed us what Todd Monken said before practice, right? Todd Monken said before practice, the Shedeur will get, the most reps, blah, blah, blah. Turns out Deshaun Watson took the first reps, boom, boom, boom. We talked about that. We know that. Then Zach Jackson, he just reported and just retweeted. Browns team spokesman said the reason why Deshaun Watson took all the reps with the number ones today in practice, despite Todd Monken saying beforehand that Shedeur Sanders will get a majority of the reps, was because there were personnel groupings Monken wanted to see Deshaun with. There were personnel groupings. Oh, my bad, y'all. Let me show you the whole thing. There was personnel groupings that Todd Monken wanted to see Deshaun Watson with. Huh? Don't you know that before practice, though, Todd? Just saying. Hey, Todd, they finna be on your head top because of this, baby. They're going to be on your head top because of this, Todd. I'm not going to lie to you. They ain't going to let you see the end of this, Todd. They ain't going to let you see the end of it. So, hey, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see. We're going to see what the reports are actually and what boys are really saying. All right? Right now, hey, we're going to be patient. We're going to be patient, and we're going to wait to see what Todd says on Monday. Because, Todd, you're going to have to come into the front of the congregation, baby. Hey, Todd, we paying attention to everything, baby. We shouldn't, but we are. Mary Kate tweeted the same thing. We know we don't really rock with Mary Kate, but she said the same thing. Browns team spokesman said that they were personnel groupings Coach Monken wanted to see Deshaun Watson with today. He took all of the first team reps on what was supposed to be Shedeur Sanders' day. So maybe that's what he's going to say on Monday. Guess what? We're going to find out on Monday. We're going to find out on Monday. Period. So, yeah. Deshaun Watson probably going to be named the starter for the first preseason game on Monday. Deshaun Watson probably going to be named the starter for that first preseason game on Monday. That's what I'm looking into it. And that means Shedeur Sanders is going to start that first preseason game at home in front of the home crowd fans. And honestly, I'm here for it. Shedeur Sanders, when you go in there with the twos, you're going against the goddamn backups in Chicago, kick their ass. When you're going against the ones, when the Buffalo Bills come out there that following week to Cleveland, kick their ass. Keep stacking days. That's it. That's it. They saying that boy Deshaun Watson just came back from down 3-1. Holy shit. They saying that boy Deshaun Watson just came back down from 3-1, chat. They saying it's looking like this today because Deshaun Watson then came back from being down from 3-1. But if I'm being honest with you, no. He hasn't come back for 3-1. He's getting the majority of the reps with the first team the last few days. What do you expect? Who's still being steady and consistent? Deshaun, when the lights are on, when everybody's watching, everybody's locked in on what you do in Chicago. When I'm out there in the stands in Chicago doing this. When I'm out there in the stands doing this. That's when we going to have to really see what you about, Deshaun. That's when we going to have to see when the rubber meets the road, Deshaun. So we can read into today, chat. We can read into what's going on. We can read into it all. But Deshaun Watson, he's gotten the majority of the reps these last few days in camp. Shedeur Sanders was cooking. And then all of a sudden, we just give him more reps of Deshaun just because? That's fine. That's okay. That's okay, my friend. It's okay. Chat, that is okay. Because what is going to happen when the lights come on and everybody's watching? Everybody's locked in on you, Deshaun. You're going to have to either prove us that pressure makes diamonds or pressure bursts pipes. Period. This is the most pressure that you've ever been in your career. Your career is on the line, Deshaun Watson. Does pressure burst pipes or does pressure produce diamonds? You show me, and you show me with your play. But if we get back to what I was just saying, Deshaun Watson got a majority of the reps yesterday. He got a majority of the reps today. And he got a majority of the reps the other day, too. I will pull that one up if y'all really want to see it. Actually, why not? But yeah, dog. Y'all tell me. He said, y'all have been bamboozled. We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. We've been hoodwinked. We've been rung of amok. We might have been hoodwinked, chat. Todd Monken might have pulled the rug and the carpet from right up underneath us. We gonna see, chat. We gonna see, man. But from today and from what Todd Monken said, dog, I'm just saying, everybody's talking about it. Come on. Come on. This is what was happening during practice today, though. They ain't showing these clips. Ain't nothing wrong with it, though. Timeout needed to be taken during practice. Clock is winding down. Deshaun Watson trying to get everybody lined up, trying to get everybody together, had to take a timeout during practice. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to show it. But, hey. I just wanted to show it. Just need to take a timeout. Going through the process. Boys still learning out here. Still getting the stuff together. Good timeout, Deshaun. It'd be like that. Good timeout. Good timeout. Good timeout. But let's get to this.
Hey, everybody. Tony Grossi.
Y'all, real quick, let me give a disclaimer. When we listen to him, we got to do this. So get your earmuffs ready, but we're going to listen anyway because I'm curious of what Cleveland media are already speculating and what they're saying.
Let's see with you from Cleveland Browns training camp. Day 10 were presented by Maloney and Novotny. Well, it was long, it was hot, and it was interesting. The 6th practice in a row today. What was interesting was, prior to practice, Todd Monken said it would be Shedeur Sanders' regular turn with the number 1 offense. But when we got out on the field, it was all Deshaun Watson with the number 1s. Shedeur was clearly with the 2s most of the entire day. So that was a little bit of a surprise after Monken had what he'd said. So it's the 2nd day in a row now that Deshaun Watson took all the number 1s. They were in full pads today, and he had a very productive day, throwing 4 touchdown passes. It was also a big day for Casey Concepcion, who connected several times with Watson. No interceptions on the day. That was something different also. We also had the first real marquee one-on-one fight, and it was Spencer Fano versus Jared Verse. And I got to tell you, the rookie held his own. Both players end up going to the ground, but Spencer Fano did not back off at all. Overall, the quarterback numbers, Watson was 23 of 34 with 4 TDs, no touchdowns. Sanders 16 of 20, and Dylan Gabriel 5 of 12. Now what happens is Dylan Gabriel's going to join us real quick.
I don't know if I can join, but I can say hello. How are you?
Very good. Nice day of practice.
What? Dylan, don't be sucking up to the goddamn reporters. Hey, Dylan feeling himself. Hey, Dylan said, hey, Shedeur, we got the same amount of reps today. Dylan feeling himself. God damn it, Dylan. Look at Tony Grossi. Like, hold on, he came to say hello to me? What's going on around here, chat?
There it is, our first live butt-in. There it is, our first live butt-in. Players are off tomorrow, and the coach said that coaches will meet and decide.
What's going on out here in Cleveland media, goddammit? Dylan Gabriel goddamn feeling himself. Telling Tony, hey, Tony, keep up the great work, baby. I love what you're doing. Keep on saying anybody but Shedeur. Hey, Dylan! hey, you still gonna be practicing with the 2s and 3s next week, dog. But hey, hey, that's crazy. That's so ironic. That's pretty funny though, Chad. I'm sorry. That was pretty funny to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dylan Gabriel shaking Tony Grossi up. We all know who Shedeur don't rock with. Hey, you see Dylan and him best pals, boy. You're like, hey, I'm just saying what's up. You saw me out there with the 2s today, did you? Dylan said, hey, he was step away from practicing with the 1s. Dylan said, hey, Shedeur, we got the same amount of reps today, baby. Oh, my goodness. You can't make this ish up, chat. What are we doing, though? Jesus Christ. Oh, my God, chat. I'm not trying, once again, as far as the news from today's practice, don't read too much into it or read a lot into it. It is up to you. But all I'm saying is, Todd Monken or the spokesperson saying personnel groupings, they wanted to see with Deshaun. Didn't you know those personnel groupings before you went out there and talked out 2 sides of your mouth and said Shedeur Sanders will get the majority of the reps today with the 1s? I'm just saying, chat. So, ooh, Jesus Christ, I'm messing stuff up on the desk. But I'm just saying, chat, y'all tell me what to believe. You let me know. And real quick, hit that like button, chat. Come on, come on, hit that like button. Come on, we got too many ghost watchers in here. Before I get to some more clips from practice. Come on, before I get to some more clips from practice, please hit that like button. All right, hit that like button. I appreciate you in advance. All right? Come on now, hit that like button. Don't do me like that. But we just talked about it. Hey, Tony Grossi said the numbers from ESPN Cleveland, did he not? So we know who's behind the numbers, chat. I just showed you this multiple times. We know who is behind the stats and the numbers. We know who. Tony Grossi just said the stats and the numbers. I just showed you. ESPN Cleveland, the ones who released the stats and the numbers, they didn't put not one. They didn't have not one Shedeur Sanders clip today on a feed. Not one. And I'm not saying, you got to put Shedeur Sanders on your feed, but all I'm saying is Shedeur Sanders practiced today, did he not? That's all I'm saying, y'all. If you looked at ESPN Cleveland, you would think Deshaun was the only one that practiced today. They said it's a fake competition, giving Deshaun Watson TDs on a fake QB board. Yes, they need to develop too. And that's the thing, y'all. Like, the thing that I'm really, pissed about all this, if we're really going to have the conversation, chat, the reason why I'm kind of pissed about even these reps, what the fuck are we doing? Yes, I'm going to curse. I'm sorry, chat. But what are we doing still giving Deshaun Watson reps at this point? We know what he is. You got 2 first-round draft picks next season. You just took Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel in last year's draft. 2 quarterbacks. We know what one quarterback is. Dylan Gabriel, yeah. But the other quarterback, he showed flashes last year. He won 3 games for you last year. Beat 2 division opponents to end last season. You got a young core, a young team, and a young quarterback. We need to see what he has in him. We need to see him continue to develop. We ain't need to be, what are we wasting reps on Deshaun Watson for? And you ain't going to re-sign him next year. You're not bringing him back. Unless Cleveland wins the Super Bowl. That's the only reason Deshaun Watson will come back. Unless Cleveland wins the Super Bowl, that's the only reason Deshaun Watson will come back next year. So what are we wasting time for? You got a young quarterback who you can continue to bring along and who you can continue to develop. But you're not trying to. You want to make it a quarterback competition. For what? I'm not saying give 2 the job. But what I am saying is, at the end of the day, the season right around the corner. The decision has to be made. And with one guy, there's a huge upside. And with the other guy, 19 games in 5 years. 19 games in 5 years. 19 games in 5 years, chat. But the thing is that, guess what? He's winning the QB tracker, though. He's winning the QB tracker, chat. But 19 games in 5 years, bro. What are we really talking about? What are we really talking about? You're not going to re-sign him. Even, unless he takes y'all to the Super Bowl next year, you're not going to re-sign Deshaun Watson or bring him back. Yes, you owe him $40 million this year. I understand that. But you already paid him 200 M's. What's another $40 million? You paid him over $200 million, and he's only played 19 games for you in 5 seasons. What more do you need to see? I'm asking for a friend. Cleveland, let's stop wasting people's time, man. Stop wasting my time. Stop wasting Tu's time. If you don't want to give him the free runway, you don't want to give him the whole season to see what he can really do with a revamped offensive line, new weapons on offense, a young core, a young team who actually believes in him. Then what are we really here for? If you don't think the team is going to be that good next year, then why not throw Shedeur Sanders out there and just see what he has? And if you're bad, then guess what? You get a high pick in the first round draft. Well, you get a high pick in next year's draft with the other pick that you already have. And if he is good, then you know what you got. Then you can continue to build around him. You don't got to get a quarterback for King's ransom next year. You can get a nice little wide receiver, get another offensive tackle, offensive lineman, offensive guard, get another center. Who cares? Who knows what you're going to get in the draft next year? But why not give 2 the runway? What is the point of continuing to see Deshaun? I'm just saying. And I'm not being biased, but I'm just stating the obvious. Like even with today, Chad, I'm not going to lie to you. Even with today, Todd Monken, dog, you're an NFL head coach. You got that position for a reason. If you're going to do some different personnel groupings, you're going to know that before practice. Practice started late today. You had the press conference late today. So you know what's going on during practice. So if you're doing different personnel groupings, then let us know that. And don't say Shedeur Sanders will be getting the majority of the reps today with the ones. Because you got people like me and other people in media, just in general, who's going to read into this a lot. And until Monday, when you come out your own mouth and give us the explanation or the words, then we're going to lean into our own understanding. Period, point blank. But, chat, I'm just saying. Today was a day where I was expecting to see the most out of both quarterbacks. They say, guys, this right here, chat, Browns team spokesman said there were personnel groupings Coach Monken wanted to see Deshaun Watson with today. The personnel groupings that he wanted to see was with the goddamn ones. He ain't go with the twos today at all. Maybe, actually, no, I'm lying. He did a few times. But what are we really discussing? What are we really talking about? You knew that before practice, Todd. You knew before practice that he was going to start on Saturday, Todd. Lying to us in the media, ain't going to go over well. I'm rooting for you, Todd. I coach with your brother. Just saying. So, Todd, I'm here for you. But we wanted to see different personnel groupings. Dog, you wanted to see him play with the ones. You want to see the personnel groupings with the ones. You want to see how it's going to look next Saturday when you're going against the goddamn Chicago Bears. Just say it. Boys wasn't born yesterday. I'm just saying. Yeah, chat. Yeah. We've been run amok. We've been hoodwinked. Potentially. I'm just saying. But, yeah, y'all. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about all this. Let's get to y'all comments though in the chat, man. Let's talk to the chat. Let me talk to my people, man. What's up? What's up? The ball polisher is true. Exactly. Just name Watson the starter. The jersey sales prove the point. Set a record high in sales. The money follows Sanders. He can play. He going to be okay. Yeah, we know. The Browns and the fans love playing musical chairs with QBs. Yeah, they've been playing musical chairs with QBs for only the last goddamn 20 years. Shit, the last good QB was Bernie Kosar. We know that. Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. What happens? Hey, we're going to see what happens with the games. Nike Air Diamond Turf sneakers going to look dope in the Gothic green. That's funny. Y'all just say whatever in the chat now. They just want to show Deshaun Watson scoring TDs, which are fake. Yeah. Monken just lost some trust in some fans. Yeah, he did. Yeah. If it's one thing to come out of today, not going to lie to y'all. If it's one thing to come out of today, Monken did, hey, my trust level, Todd, was all the way up here, my guy. Now it's like right here. Todd, my trust level was all the way up here with you. It dropped a little bit today, Todd. It dropped a little bit today. Come on. Never trust them, somebody said. So Deshaun needed the reps, but a rookie Shedeur Sanders, he's not a rookie, second-year player, but I get what you're saying. Shedeur Sanders doesn't need no reps and was judged so harshly, yeah. Monken should have just announced that Deshaun Watson is a starter. It's that simple, yeah. Shedeur, in a Times Square with Garrett Wilson and Bryce. Tyvis and G. Bush just said Deshaun Watson looked good. Show your work with the DBs. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So with things being said, y'all, all right, we're going to get into it. From trusted sources, people who are in the building. All right, I'm done leaning on to my own understanding. But I want to see what G. Bush, Titus, and Earl the Pearl had to say today. What y'all got to say, chat? Because they get, hey, these are my real sources right here. Let's hear what they had to say, because we're going to take their opinion and we're going to weigh it a little bit heavier. Oh, hold on, chat. Hold on. G. Bush, the barbershop, Titus, Earl the Pearl in the building. What y'all got to say about practice today?
Man, Tyvis Powell, G. Bush in the building. Day 10 is in the books, guys. And first and foremost, we had a little switcheroonie.
Yes, we did.
We came into the camp and we came into practice. Today was Shedeur Sanders' scheduled day technically to be with the ones. Yep. We got word from a little birdie that it was switched up today. Deshaun Watson took the first team reps in the bulk of them. And must we add, he capitalized off of them.
He looked real good.
He capitalized off those reps. He was crisp. He was efficient. Not very many footballs hit the ground. Not to say that Shedeur was not good today.
Honestly, Shedeur, I thought he responded in a really good way, because the thing is, somebody tell you right before practice, hey, by the way, you're not running with the ones today. Only day you're supposed to be with the ones, you're running with the two. Right. Like mentally, you'd be like, whoa, what's that, right? So they threw him a curveball. But you could tell he was pissed.
Yeah.
Like, the way he was threading that needle, I'm like, okay, he locked in. We started off early, like, yeah. That boy finding them receivers today. So it was a really good back and forth. Deshaun definitely.
See, I love that point that they just made. How do you respond? And maybe chat. Hey, chat, hold the phone. Maybe Todd Monken is an evil genius. Maybe Todd Monken is outsmarting all of us with what he did today. Shedeur, guess what? You my guy. You the guy. But let me throw you this curveball real quick and see how you respond. Are you going to pout? Are you going to soak? Are you going to sorrow? Because this can happen in the middle of the game. You just throw an interception. You just had two bad drives back to back. Now the day that you're supposed to get first team reps, they tell you, nah, sir. You want the twos and you go on and you splitting reps to Dylan Gabriel today. Deshaun Watson will get all the 1 reps today. Maybe they did this on purpose. Maybe Todd Monken's an evil genius.
If I had to get that boy finding that needle, I thought you running with the two. Hey, hold on. I thought he responded in a really good way, because the thing is, somebody tell you right before practice, hey, by the way, you're not running with the ones today. Only day you're supposed to be with the ones, you're running with the two. Right? Like mentally, you'd be like, whoa, what's that, right? So they threw him a curveball. But you could tell he was pissed.
Yeah.
Like, the way he was threading that needle, I'm like.
Shit, you said you could tell he was pissed. Shit, I would have been pissed too. I'm in a quarterback competition. I'm in a quarterback battle. This is my year where I have to prove folks wrong. This is my year where I have to step up and step into the mantle and take this team and lead them. And you mean to tell me in this quarterback competition, in this battle, after a day where I just saw this man get all the reps, and today you tell me I'm still not going to get any reps? Oh, I would have been pissed I would have been pissed too. But let him finish, and then we're going to talk about it after.
Okay, he locked in. We started off early, like, yeah. That boy finding them receivers today. So it was a really good back and forth. Deshaun definitely, if I had.
Hold on. And did y'all see Dylan? Hold on. Hey, this makes, hold on. Hold the phone, because somebody in the chat just said it. Before we get back to this, we're going to get back to this, y'all. We're going to get right back to it. I promise you, we're going to get right back to it. But did y'all see when Dylan Gabriel, real quick, somebody in the chat said it. I ain't say it. When Dylan Gabriel, hold on, I ain't trying to get messy real quick, chat. But when Dylan Gabriel.
Just real quick.
I don't know if I can join, but I can say hello. How are you?
Very good. Nice day of practice. There it is.
That boy Dylan.
How are you?
Very good.
That boy Dylan, hey, he flying high today. Me and Shedeur Sanders split reps today during practice. That boy was smiling, cheesing from cheek to cheek, ear to ear. He said, hey, Tony, keep saying what you're saying about two. Because guess what? I'm sneaking up in the race. Somebody said in the chat, I thought it was hilarious. I had to point it out because Dylan did look happy as hell today. That's because he split reps with Shedeur. Shedeur Sanders essentially was splitting reps with Dylan Gabriels with the 2s and 3s today. Deshaun Watson took all the reps with the 1s. So you got to imagine in this quarterback competition with egos, Dylan Gabriel like, I told you fucking guys. I told him. I'm the dark horse in this competition. Excuse my French, though. I'm so sorry, y'all. But let's get back to it. I quit, chat.
Had to put a judgment on who had the better day. Deshaun definitely probably had the better day from just a pure throwing, mechanics, on time, ball in a good spot. It is what it is. I still think that this thing comes down to the games because the thing about Shedeur, just talking to people around here and just listening to it, they all say it's a procedural thing. Like it's a getting them in and out of the huddle. It's like it takes him a while. He struggles a little bit of getting everybody on the same page. There might be some delay of games. There's some offsides. The way I look at it is, yes, the quarterback has a big responsibility to make sure that everybody's on the same page, but it also, other people got to do their job as well. If a receiver's lined up in the wrong spot, yes, he got to get them corrected, but that's taking time off. And it's a lot that's going on there. I'm not making excuses for Shedeur. I'm just saying it is a lot of stuff. Other people got to know their job as well. As far as that goes, Rose started off. No,
Renzel.
I got a report on 20.
Renzel
started off. Look, G giving me the look. He done made a couple plays back to back. G giving me the look. And then I'm just leave it at that.
Shout out to my man Ross.
Oh, got it. We seen a little fight today, Jared Verse.
Shout out to Fano, man. He stood up like a man in Jared Verse, man. But for me, I'm with Tyvis. I'm with G on this. We had talked to Todd Monken before practice started. Todd said everything would be as it had been. It was Shedeur scheduled to go with the 1s. Right before practice, he put a little switch on it. I think it was to really see how Shedeur Sanders would kind of respond to that little bit of adversity, and he was pissed off. And the fact that he was pissed off, I thought he went out there, he was locked in when he got his reps. When he got his reps, he threw 3 or 4 darts in a row.
Yeah,
one of them to Cedric Tillman. Overall, I thought Deshaun Watson had a really, really strong practice. I thought everything, as far as procedure and, cadence and getting everybody where they need to be pre-snap, he was really, really effective at. I thought when he threw the ball had nice zip on it. He was on time more often than not and made some great plays. Jerry Jeudy got to clean those up. He had about 3 or 4 drops.
Man.
We are also counting the Grant Delpit dropped interception total. And that is up to 2. Shedeur Sanders threw a pass that, quite frankly, Grant Delpit should have picked off, but he didn't. What else did I notice today? One of the last things at the end of practice, man, shout out to Taylor Green, the rookie quarterback who got the defensive line to jump off sides about 4 or 5 times. So he clearly has the cadence down. I thought overall, though, this was a really, really intense, strong practice. I thought it was physical. I thought the Browns got a lot of work done.
The reason why I'm showing this to y'all, because these are coming from people who I trust their opinion. And at the end of the day, you see what's in the background. They're there. They're watching this in person. They're watching it in person. And they're giving us unbiased opinions. They just said that Deshaun Watson looked what today? He looked great. He took advantage of all of his reps. So y'all can say people are biased if you want, but dog, we call it how it is.
And the players out here gave Todd Monken and his staff a lot to consider as they go into that off day on Sunday and start making some decisions on Monday as they prepare for the Chicago Bears.
In the game,
I'm telling you what, man. Listen, today with that curveball, I agree with Tyvis. Like when you're a young player, the thing I want to see is how you come back from adversity. I want to see, how the chips is down. And the one thing that you can say about Shedeur Sanders is when the lights is on and when he gets under those lights, he finds a way to make plays. Now, he has to also speed up some of the other things. We talked about it and we spoke to somebody with the coaching staff is, when they had split fields, they're charting how many more plays one person is getting off. And so with Todd Monken's offense, he wants it to be fast-paced. He wants the ball to be out because he wants to make the defense have to declare. So you think about what Lamar Jackson does, right, and the way they play and all the procedure stuff. He's checking on that. So for me, I want to see, that to continue to prove. But more than anything is, which one of these guys is going to be able to put it together when the full speed comes when you're in the games? And this is going to probably dictate who will play.
Them games in that joint practice. I've been telling y'all for weeks that them games in them joint practices is going to be everything. The game, like, the thing is this, like, practice is practice, but, we've been knowing Shedeur for a whole year, and, you heard about him last year. It's a lot of mixed emotions about him, and then we saw him in the game against Carolina, and boom, he lit it up. You know what I'm saying? So it shows that guy's more of a gamer. So to me, with Deshaun Watson, he put it together in practice for these last couple of days. This looked really good. If he can continue that for the preseason and it looks like that, all right, then it is what it is. But we also haven't seen him in a live game in a couple of years. Can he continue to take what he did today in practice and put that on the field? We'll see on the game.
And not only that,
and that's a great point. That's a great point. Deshaun Watson is doing all this in practice. We know Shedeur Sanders. We know he's a gamer. But that's the thing. Shedeur Sanders is now, if we're being honest, he's now starting to do the same shit in practice that he does in the games. We know Shedeur Sanders, when it comes to game day, Shedeur Sanders will goddamn make plays. He's going to show up time in and time out. When the lights are the brightest, that's when Shedeur's at his best. Period, point blank. And if you've been watching him, if you know anything about him, that's just how it is. We know that. So that is a hell of a point to make. But it also brings back to the point, well, why play? But maybe some Todd Monken knows something. Guess we'll find out.
Yeah, to add to what Tyvus is saying, it's only so much work that you can get done against your teammates, right? When your teammates is your opponents, eventually that gets exhausting. You'll get a true measure of where they are at, not just the quarterbacks, but overall as a team. Once they get to those joint practices with Buffalo, but more than that, once you get to these preseason games and you're in a game atmosphere, and that's with the national anthem, that's with the TV commercials, the sponsorship, the Jets flying over, the whole spectacle that comes with the NFL game will be the telltale. But overall, another good day at camp for the Cleveland Browns in day 10. They got a lot of work in on both sides of the ball.
The thing I was a little disappointed about is that second team offense line. Second team offensive line on the goal line, there was a lot of jailbreaks. Didn't like that. Some of the false start penalties, stuff that still has to get cleaned up. But let me just give a shout out to one of my favorite linemen now. Spencer Fano. I like the swag. First and foremost, he was dancing. Second of all, after he was taking instructions from Jared Verse, he said, nah, I got to go ahead and swing on you, Jared. Stop playing. Don't play with me.
Yeah. They ended up on the ground.
They ended up on the ground. Yeah. And then they dapped it up and went back at each other the very next play. Yeah. I thought Spencer Fano also had a nice pass.
So right now they're talking about the fight that happened between Jared Verse and Spencer Fano. But I'm paying attention to y'all chats, man. I'm paying attention to y'all chats. And y'all are saying they leaving out context. Yes, they are leaving out some context because Denzel Ward did not practice today. Campbell did not practice today. A few starters on the defense were not in. So, yes, Deshaun Watson, he was getting reps with the ones, but some of the people on defense, the starting defense, weren't out there. But that still is not the point. He still practiced with the ones. That is the point. But I just want him to get a fair shot and a fair chance. But let's continue. We'll talk about it after.
Rush against him. Yeah. He set his feet, hunkered down, and
that was it. It was over.
It was done. Tyvus said, when the man sink his hits on you, it's done.
We did see Andrew Berry come over.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. We got to clean that up.
Yeah,
now,
sinking them hits,
we did see Andrew Berry come over there and talk to Spencer after that play. I don't know if it was one of those good job or if it was one of those, hey, that's the future franchise pass rusher right there. But overall, though, man, it was a good day.
So, guys, let's look forward to when we wrap this up. How do you see the reps being divvied up right now? If you were to ask me since this switch, if you say you put a percentage on it, I think that the chances, I think that they might go into this situation playing Deshaun Watson in the first scrimmage. Now, I don't know exactly the rationale. They may say, I'm going to go with Shedeur the first one and give Watson an opportunity to come the second game. But do you think the reps will be split evenly as he talked to Cam Wolf?
I think they should continue.
So before he says his response, I want to say this. It's kind of interesting, or it is interesting, that Deshaun Watson has gotten back-to-back practices practicing with the ones. Shedeur Sanders has not had that yet. But we know when he practices with the ones, We see all the highlights. We see all the clips. Just throwing that out there.
To keep them split evenly. I think that if whoever's starting in this first game probably will get the bulk majority of those reps. Not the majority, but more. I say if I'm splitting the rest up, I get 55-45, probably right there, until I'm 100% guaranteed knowing who my guy is. Then you give them both a game. And then I know Todd talked about it earlier that, hey, until we name a starter, our goal is to give them both a game and go from there. So if that's the case, whoever's going to start that game that Friday or Saturday, whatever day it is, give them 55% of the starting reps, get a 45 to the other.
Yeah, I'm with that too. I think right now, if I had to put money on it, I think Deshaun Watson will probably be a starting quarterback that first preseason game against the Chicago Bears. I would even anticipate him playing the whole first half. And I think Shedeur Sanders should play the whole second half.
Yep.
You know, the Browns are not like any other NFL team. Our situation is unique, and we got to keep our eyes on our own paper. We need to see our quarterbacks with real game reps against opponents to make a true decision on who is separating themselves to be the leader of this quarterback battle. You know, Todd Monken got things that he want both his quarterbacks to work on. Both of them got homework. It seemed like for Shedeur Sanders, he got pre-snap homework. For Deshaun, he got post-snap homework. So whoever could put that all together and get some work done, some quality work done in that first preseason game will do themselves some favor. But we already kind of got an idea. They're each going to get a game to start. By the time we get to week 3, which is a Thursday night dress rehearsal, we should know who our starting quarterback is.
Guys, we appreciate it. Final cut is coming up, man. We got it.
So how do y'all feel about what they said? To be quite honest with you, out of everything they said, the most important thing was what Titus said at the beginning. And I'm going to replay what he said at the beginning real quick because I want to touch on this. I want to touch on it. I want to talk about it. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Because Titus said a couple key points, and I want to talk about them. All right, I see what y'all saying in the chat. Clownish behavior, yes, I see it. They can be there, but Tyrus is being biased. Yes, it's unique. Cleveland organization is horrible. Yes, I hear y'all. What is Tyrus talking about? Monken made the decision. Monken said today was Shedeur Sanders' day with the ones, and Deshaun Watson got him. Yes, I'm seeing everything y'all saying in the chat. I see it. I see it. Number 2 is technically still a rookie. Yes, Shedeur Sanders damn near technically is still a rookie because we know at this time last year, Shedeur Sanders was throwing at trash cans. Shedeur Sanders at this time last year, you know what his reps was looking like? Shedeur Sanders his reps was looking like Taylor Green's reps down here. Or Dylan Gable's reps, if he got any. That's what was going on last year. We remember that. We know that. But I'm seeing a lot of mixed commentary about how we feel about what Titus and them said. And I'm going to play the beginning. And a lot of people are saying y'all crazy as and somebody in the chat said it. Y'all crazy as hell if you think the Mannings will allow Arch to go to Cleveland. Yeah. And that's why Prime and Dion, they didn't really originally want him to go to Cleveland. Potentially, it was said, but Shedeur Sanders ultimately chose Cleveland because that was a place that he was going to have the opportunity to play most. But now, looking at it, I don't know. Guess we're going to see. We're going to see how the cookie crumbles. But let's go back to this. Tyvis, repeat what you said earlier in the beginning video, please.
We got word from a little birdie that it was switched up today. Deshaun Watson took the first team reps in the bulk of them, and must we add, he capitalized off of them.
He looked real good.
He capitalized off those reps. He was crisp. He was efficient. Not very many footballs hit the ground. Not to say that Shedeur was not good today.
Honestly, Shedeur, I thought he responded in a really good way because the thing is, somebody tell you right before practice, hey, by the way, you're not running with the ones today. On the day you're supposed to be with the ones, you're running with the twos.
Right.
See? That right there, though. That statement right there. On a day where you're supposed to be running with the ones. On a day where Todd Monken, his goddamn self, said out of his own mouth, today Shedeur Sanders will begin most of the reps with the ones. And then you run out there to practice, and then the spokesperson said, oh, we wanted to see some procedural things with Deshaun Watson. That's why he got the bulk of the reps. Well, sir, your head coach just told us at the beginning of practice that Shedeur Sanders was supposed to get the most reps today. So what the hell happened? Did you not know the personnel grouping before practice, sir? Did y'all not get y'all practice plan together before practice? You mean to tell me an NFL organization did not know this going into practice? Stop it. Stop it. My thing is don't play in his face. Don't play in his face, don't play in our face. Don't play in his face, don't play in our face. Yes, I know Deshaun Watson. Hey, he's him. Deshaun Watson was once him once upon a time. He's getting paid $40 million. I get it. I understand all of it. But respectfully, I can care less. I can care less. But don't play in front of Two-Face like that, dog. Y'all playing in front of his face. It's my day with the ones. But yet you get his man 2 days back-to-back with the ones, and it's supposed to be a quarterback battle? I haven't got back-to-back days with the ones all goddamn camp. I've been kicking his ass for the first 5, 6, 7 days. For the first 5, 6, 7, bro, for the first 5, 6, 7 days. For the first 5, 6, 7 days of camp, Shedeur Sanders was kicking goddamn Deshaun Watson's ass. He was kicking his ass the first however many days of camp. And then all of a sudden they want to kind of start giving Deshaun Watson more reps. They want to start doing this, start doing that. Shedeur Sanders was kicking his ass so much at the start of camp. Mary Kay came out and said this, trying to give out participation trophies.
Got to be time for them to say, let's give him 3 wides with the best 3 wides that we have. Harold Fannin, put Quinchon out there, the best offensive line that we have, and let him rep it with that first team and develop some rhythm and some timing and give him some designed runs and do whatever you can do to make him feel good about himself right now, because he's not having a lot of successful days. He's not stacking those successful days right now.
Yeah.
Got to be.
He's not having a lot of successful days. He's not stacking these successful days right now. But all of a sudden, magically, my guy Deshaun Watson, after she said that on August 5th, she said this literally 2-3 days ago. Chat, she said this literally 2-3 days ago. 2-3 days ago, she said this. And now all of a sudden you want me to believe? Now all of a sudden you want me to believe Deshaun Watson just out here cooking? Deshaun Watson that came back from 3-1, chat? Deshaun Watson was down 3-1. In just 2-3 days, now he's supposed to be the new starter. In just 2-3 days, now he's supposed to be the guy. Finish, Titus, so we can move on.
Mentally, you'd be like, whoa, what's that, right? So they threw him a curveball, but you could tell he was pissed.
Yeah.
Like, the way he was threading that needle, I'm like, okay, he locked in. We started off early, like, yeah. That boy finding them receivers today. So it was a really good back and forth. Deshaun definitely, if I had to put a judgment on who had the better day, Deshaun definitely probably had the better day from just a pure throwing, mechanics, on time, ball in a good spot. It is what it is. I still think that this thing comes down to the games, because the thing about Shedeur, just talking to people around here and just listening to it, they all say it's a procedural thing. Like it's a getting them in and out of the huddle. It's like
Yeah, it's a procedural thing with Shedeur Sanders, huh? It's a procedural thing with Shedeur Sanders. Oh, it's just procedural, right? We got to work on our procedure, right? But for the first 5, 6, 7, 8 days, we was kicking Deshaun Watson ass. For the first 5, 6, 7, 8 days, we taking off. But all of a sudden, our reps start going down. I wonder. All of a sudden, that QB tracker is starting to look good for somebody, but it ain't looking good for somebody else. All of a sudden, they doing all this red zone. Yes, you're supposed to do red zone. But I'm just seeing all these easy TDs for Deshaun. I'm just seeing those 7 TDs. Wow, amazing. I'm just saying, chat. I'm just saying, chat. Hey, I'm not trying to look too much into it. But I just showed you what Mary Kay said just 2-3 days ago. Mary Kay was out here talking like this, chat. And it seems like from some miraculous discovery, maybe Todd Monken had to listen to Mary Kay. Let's listen to it one more time, chat.
Got to be time for them to say, let's give him 3 wides with the best 3 wides that we have, Harold Fannin, put Quinchon out there, the best offensive line that we have, and let him rep it with that first team and develop some rhythm and some timing and give him some designed runs and do whatever you can do to make him feel good about himself, right?
Do whatever you can do to make him feel good about himself. What? Dog, we ain't handing out no participation trophies around here, baby. Y'all just saying you got to get this man more reps so that way he can feel good about himself. And this was only 2-3 days ago, chat. But now all of a sudden, Deshaun, he throwing all these touchdowns in the red zone. Now all of a sudden, Deshaun getting more
right now because he's not having a lot of successful days. He's not stacking those successful days right now.
Yeah.
He's not stacking those successful days. He's not having a lot of successful days. So what's happened? It's only been about 2-3 days. What's happened in those 2-3 days, chat? I'm seeing somebody's reps go down. I'm seeing somebody's reps continue to go up. Because maybe he's just... Okay, let me be quiet. Let me be quiet, chat. Maybe I'm tripping, chat. Maybe I'm tripping, right, chat? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. All right. Y'all saw just yesterday. I'm not going to lie to you, y'all. I'm not going to lie to you. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Hold on. Chat. I'm going to play this video. All right. I'm going to play this video real quick. We're going to talk about it. All right. Because I'm just trying to make sure I'm not tripping, chat. I'm trying to make sure I'm not tripping. Chat, if I'm tripping, put you tripping in the chat. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Chat, maybe I'm reading too much into all this. Come on, man. Them boys was worried about Deshaun. Shedeur was cooking a little too much, and now all of a sudden, interesting. Todd Monken today during practice. Todd Monken. Today during practice, you just told us how well Shedeur was doing. Titus and them boys. Hold on. Let's get back to this real quick before we get back to my other video. Hold on. I'm going to bring that other video back in 2 seconds. But listen to what Titus said.
The thing about Shedeur, just talking to people around here, just listening to it, they all say it's a procedural thing. Like it's
the thing about Shedeur. It's a procedural thing, right? Right? It's a procedural thing, he's saying, right? Let him finish, though.
Just talking to people around here, just listening to it, they all say it's a procedural thing. Like it's a getting them in and out of the huddle. It's like it takes him a while. He struggles a little bit of getting everybody on the same page. There might be some delay of games. There's some offsides. The way I look at it is, yes, the quarterback has a big responsibility to make sure that everybody's on the same page, but it also, other people got to do their job as well. If a receiver...
Right. You're right, Titus. You're right. But if it's a procedural thing, if everybody said it's a procedural thing with Shedeur Sanders, how come Todd Monken? He did say this earlier too, didn't he? Hold on. My bad, chat. My bad.
His eyes and his feet working in conjunction, being able to check the ball down and getting it out of his hands. He's such a playmaker that's hard for him. For a guy that is always looking to make a plays, super competitive, that is a win. Trying to get super competitive quarterbacks to understand that throwing the ball away and eliminating a lost yardage play is a win. And that's something that over time he'll continue to build on.
So if he's improving in all these different areas, I'm just trying to figure out what's the real problem. Next clip, real quick. Let me roll it. We're going to talk about all this, and we're going to put it all together in a bow, y'all. I'm showing this for a reason. Be patient.
Oh. Shedeur Sanders got better. A little bit. Yeah. Everybody makes fun of him, saying, just look what happens if they get more time. Don't just throw me in the middle of a game. Give me some time. See what we can do for a week. Give me a week. He, obviously, folks had their fun because he said, could you imagine what this will look like with a full offseason? That's what he said after his first win.
Yeah.
Little moxie.
Oh, my gosh. But
hey, gotta love the moxie.
Guess what he's doing?
Some confidence right there.
Guess what Shedeur is doing? He's giving his team a chance to win. Unbelievable, man. He scores 29, and the defense against Tennessee can't do a darn thing to stop him. I mean, this defense that has been lights out against so many other opponents, San Francisco being one that just leaps to mind recently. They didn't win, but boy, the Browns, watch Shedeur come up with career highs in completions, 23, passing yards, 364, passing touchdowns, 3, rushing yards, 29, and a rushing touchdown. Do you know who's the last and only other rookie quarterback in the Super Bowl era to have a game with 350 or more passing yards?
Who was it?
3 or more passing touchdowns and rushing touchdowns in a single game. His name is Joe Burrow. Just took a handful of starts before Shedeur put up a stat line that only other person is Joe Burrow to put one up in the Super Bowl era.
See, and I brought that up for a reason, Chad, because it seems like people forget. It seems like some people have forgotten. I ain't saying Titus, Earl, all them boys, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But it seems like people has forgotten. My man last year came in after really not getting any reps during the preseason. After really not getting any reps during the season. Came in 7 games, he balled. In that game particularly, he threw for over 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. Beat 2 divisional opponents to end the season, in the Pittsburgh Steelers, and in a healthy Bengals team with a healthy Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. But everybody continues to say he's this, he's that, he's trash, he's blah, 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 blah. But when is somebody going to say, I believe in you, kid. Here's a full runway. Here's a whole season to see what you can really do. We're going to continue to develop you, and we're going to put you out there so that way you get put in the best situation possible for you to succeed in ball. That clip I just showed, that shows he has it in him. The practices that we've seen, we know he has it in him. So my thing is, why must they continue to play in our faces? Why must they continue to throw smoke screens and say this and say that? The clip before that one, I showed his head coach talking about how elite his playmaking is. How he's come so far. He's getting so much better. Right? Right? He's picking up where he left off from last year. Right? So with all that being said, with all these people saying all these different things, right? My thing is, when is they going to really get this man a shot to just go out there and ball? With no games, no this or that being said, just giving them the space and the free opportunity to just let him go ball and show what he can really do. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Come on, man. Come on, man. Mary Kay was out here saying we need to adjust practices so that way Deshaun can feel better about himself. And then after 3 days of them adjusting practices, oh, look at Deshaun. Deshaun's out here crushing it. He's killing the game. He's killing the game. Deshaun's out here crushing it every day. He's killing it. He's crushing it. Right? Deshaun's out here just balling. Deshaun just out here cooking, y'all. Right? That's what they telling us. But what was this at? Well, my guy was doing it consistently, day in and day out. What was this at? When my guy was out there balling every play. What was this at? Because it seems like, dog, it seems like things are getting a little misconstrued around here. It seems like they trying to maybe change the tide. Because it all started with this. Ever since this day, ever since Mary Kay said, hey, you guys got to make Deshaun Watson feel good about himself. Ever since Deshaun magically went 17 for 20, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions during practice. He's been the leader in the clubhouse. He's been him. He's been that guy. Right? Interesting. Interesting. Let's look at the trackers. Interesting. Interesting. Let's look at the reps. Interesting. 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 Because even with more reps, our guys' numbers is still damn near better. Even when they don't put out touchdowns on there, our completion percentage is still better. So all I'm saying is, when is they going to stop playing in front of our faces? Stop playing in front of his face. And just let him go out there and ball and make the best man really come out and do his thing. Because you saying today, I'm not going to lie, Chad, the more and more I sit, I ponder, I sit with it, I think about it, I'm just like, dang. It was really supposed to be his day to go out there with the ones. And even if you don't want to look too much into it, you can't help but look too much into it. So my question for y'all is, when is they going to just let my guy loose and ball? Because we see what he can do when he is and what he can just go out there and ball. We saw what he did last year in limited reps, limited practices, when he was actually getting all the reps with the ones. Yeah, he ain't looked the best. That EPA wasn't the best. But what did your eyes tell you? What did some of them stat lines tell you? That's all I'm saying, chat. That's all I'm saying. And I want y'all to remember this. I'm going to show this, and then I'm going to give you some context. All right? I'm going to show this, and then I'm going to give you some context. Todd Monken said one key thing at the beginning of camp in all this. Todd Monken said one good thing. And he said the players will choose who they want to be the quarterback. The team will choose who they want to be the quarterback. At least that's what he said. Right? This is a clip that I'm going to show you where Quinshon Judkins and Deshaun Watson potentially, they don't get into it, but they have a little back and forth. They have a little back and forth. They exchange some verbiage because Deshaun Watson is trying to potentially get him lined up. And Quinshon Judkins is saying, nah, dog, you wrong. Let's watch. All right, Quinshon Judkins, he's motioned back to the backfield. All right. Deshaun Watson, he's setting it. Watch these two, Deshaun Watson and Quinshon. Watch them two. Just watch them two. Let's watch it one more time. Quinshon Judkins, he's y'all starting running back. He's y'all starting running back, right? Now, let me add more context. That was some miscommunication yesterday, right? Todd, what you got to say about that miscommunication? And then I'm going to put all this in a nice little bow.
You ought to see the quarterback camera of that. You ought to see the quarterback camera of that. Them just arguing. They're staring at each other, and one saying one thing, the other one saying the other. It's like, I really don't give a shit. Fix it. I mean, come on, man. We don't have to stand here and argue. And how do we fix it? There were certain ways we could have fixed that, right? And it's actually, you look at it now, it was funny. It wasn't funny at the time, but it wouldn't be funny in the game. But it was funny at the time where one heard one thing, one was telling them to another. Okay, teaching moment. How do we fix it? Because it was really easily fixable based on what formation we were in, what plays we run out of that, what he thought he heard. All of those things come into play. How do our players fix it?
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. With that being said, y'all think Quinshon Judkins, him and Shedeur, his partner, because we know how Quinshon and Shedeur, even when Quinshon got hurt last year, he said who was calling him? Shedeur. Who y'all think Quinshon Judkins want to rock with? Shedeur. Last year, they was like this, literally. Deshaun Watson and Shedeur getting into it. Nah. It was Quinshon Judkins and Deshaun Watson getting into it. Just a little spat, nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy. But if that's your quarterback, that's the man you believe in. The quarterback sets everything. He runs the show. You listen to him. He's the leader. He sets whatever it is, and his word is gospel, because at the end of the day, he's controlling the show. You have to do what he says. But that little spat, I'm not going to look too much into it. But all I'm saying is, Quinshon, I know what side of the aisle you on, my guy. I know what side of the aisle majority of that locker room is on. Come on. The team chooses, right, Todd? Come on, man. Yeah, it's a little spat. Yeah, it happens. Miscommunication, this and that. It happens. It happens. We ain't got to look too much into it, but I know what that locker room want. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I know what that locker room want. It's a young team, young core. Last year, Shedeur Sanders won with some of those guys in that locker room. He won without Quinshon Judkins, who was hurt. He won without Heron Fanning, who wasn't there. He won without a Casey Concepcion, a Denzel Boston, a manageable, a competent offensive line. Offensive line that was 31st in the league, he still won 3 games, the most games out of all quarterbacks who played for the Cleveland Browns last year. So I tell you, Chad, if he did all this for y'all with nothing, with not a thing, imagine what he can do for y'all when you give him pieces, when you revamp that offensive line. Just saying, Chad. Just saying. So now let's get to y'all comments, man. All right. In my system, I wish, honestly, this too. All right. I wish, chat, I'm not going to lie to you. I truly wish that I can put y'all comments on the screen, but the platform that I'm streaming from, I cannot. All right. I cannot put y'all comments on the stream. I'm going to figure out how. All right. I promise you. I'm going to figure out how eventually. All right. But just give me time. But I'm going to set up, actually, let's do this. With all 100 of us still in here. With all 100 of us still in here. Answer my poll question. Why do you think Todd Monken gave Shedeur, yeah, we gonna do it like that. Why do you think Todd Monken gave Deshaun Shedeur's reps today? Why do y'all think? Is it A? Hold on. God damn, I'm creating the worst poll in the land. All right. Scrap the poll. Just let me know. Why do y'all think? Let me know in the chat, and I'm going to read some of y'all comments. Just let me know in the chat. I'm going to read some of y'all comments, because my poll is not working. It's not working. I'm not going to lie to you, chat. But anyway. All right, I'm saying some people say the Browns are trying to fix a broken system. They don't know that they have a great product in a young Shedeur. He needs developing, and that's the plan. Watson is being I tried to read that whole thing, but I don't know what you were trying to say there, my guy. The guy needs his job on the field, supposed to listen to the QB. Mary Kay is a joke. We have to give Deshaun the best wide receivers, the best O-line to let him gain confidence. Unbelievable. But she's speaking behalf of the owner. Sad. Yeah. She probably is speaking on the behalf of the owner. Hey, let's give Deshaun some easy red zone plays. Let's increase his reps. Let's let him go with the ones more so that way we can, show that, he can really do this. Give him the opportunity. Even though Shedeur been cooking. Just saying. Yeah, Todd Monken is a coach, and he's a part of the team too. And it looks like Todd Monken, he going to choose the quarterback who he want. So somebody said Watson, the 31-year-old horse or a broken horse who can't ride the distance. Yeah, potentially. That's true. Real quick, it's still 100 of us in here. Hit that like button for me, chat. It says trust the process. All right. I'm trying to trust the process, but hey, today made it a little harder. I'm not going to lie. Trying to trust the process, chat, but today made it a little harder. All right. Trying to make it, today made it a little harder. Watson getting ready for the ones in the first preseason game? Yeah, potentially. Blow it up, watch the fallout, somebody getting traded? Yeah, potentially. Maybe because the other starters at other positions needed reps with Deshaun Watson at QB to get better together as a team. I mean, Deshaun Watson been going with the ones and twos, though. Shedeur Sanders been going with the ones and twos. So, I don't know if that makes the most sense that, he just needs to get reps with other people in position. They both been getting reps with everybody because they both been going back and forth the ones and twos. So today was supposed to be Shedeur Sanders' day. All right. Haslam is toxic with the Cleveland media. Yeah, Haslam. Hey, them his people. Deshaun is playing in the first game. Yeah, I think that's honestly it. Shedeur and Jeremiah Smith in Gotham City. Hey, you ain't lying. Because we don't got to draft the quarterback next year. It's going to look scary for a lot of folks, y'all. It's going to look scary for a lot of folks. Shedeur Sanders brings so much money to the Cleveland, to the fans, and they playing in our faces. Yeah, I agree with that. We couldn't get nothing for Sanders, even if we traded him. Nah, I wouldn't say that. Chicago will be a physical game, and Watson will be the most physical test for Watson. Yeah, Chicago definitely going to be a physical game for Watson. Chicago going to definitely, chat, be a physical game for Watson. And that's going to be his test. That's going to be his test. All right? Hey, chat, we going to see what happens. They say Jimmy tells Mary Kay what to say. Hey, I believe it. But those internal convos, Mary Kay, the sources tell me, sources have said, right? Mary Kay throwing that in because she heard Deshaun Watson was going to be the starter. Yeah, Mary Kay been wanting Deshaun Watson to be the starter since like April. Come on, man. She ain't fooling nobody. They're shopping him? Potentially. Watson getting ready for the preseason game in Chicago? Yeah. So, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. They're saying that they're prepping him. Yeah, see, that's the question. Somebody in the chat said it. Who is it? Oh, that's my guy. Tyree. I got to figure out how to say your name, man. The real Scaby 3. I'm just going to say 3807. 3807 said the magic question, y'all. Why would they say he was with the ones if they knew they were going to prep him for the game and run him through different things within what they had going on? Why would they say, Shedeur, you going with the ones today and then pull the rug from right underneath him? Great point, 3807. I think they're going to trade Deshaun because of the contract. Yeah, and they need him to look good. Yeah, potentially. But that means somebody else going to need a quarterback. Somebody else going to have to get hurt because if ain't nobody else traded for Deshaun Watson thus far, just because he played in a couple preseason games and look halfway decent, potentially, I don't mean they might want him. Because the Rams and the Jets need a backup quarterback, All right, so Browns fans, let's just take the odds and how many interceptions Watson will throw in the first preseason game. Yeah, he will at least throw one interception in that preseason game. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. Last one that I'm reading, Monken has been given a playbook and he has his instructions. He's not going to deviate from him. Yeah. I have been noticing Deshaun Watson's footwork looks sloppy. I don't see a classic QB movement like he's playing before the pass delivered. He seems to be like he's freestyling. Yes, that is true. Watson has been out there freestyling. If you look at some of his passes, and I haven't slowed this down. I'm going to start doing that next week. But when he passes it, he sits and he stands still. You don't want to, if you moving in the pocket, you don't want to just move and then just sit, wait, then throw it. You're going to be a sitting duck potentially in the back of that pocket. So, yeah, Shedeur Sanders, in my opinion, his footwork has looked better. But I have shown a few clips where Deshaun's footwork is a little up and down, but I have shown a few clips where Deshaun's footwork wasn't too terrible. So, both things, can potentially be true. Because they're liars? Yeah, because they're liars. I agree. But I don't know. We're going to see. Hey, G. Bush and them said it. They said that watching them was, he was looking great. Monken do want to keep his job, but he going to lose it if he don't start that boy too. He might lose if he don't start that boy too. It's like the sabotage never stopped. Yeah, after today, y'all, I'm not going to lie. Today gave me some sabotage Stefanski vibes, chat. Today gave me some sabotage Stefanski vibes. I'm not looking too much into it. It could be good reasons for it. I mean, here's another opinion from somebody that was there in Cleveland. We ain't going to take their opinion into too much, but Dale Ryder, I mean, he's kind of like an in the middle kind of guy. Riz, depends on the day. But let's hear it from a couple more people, chat. Let's go ahead and get into it. Why not? Right? We already here. What y'all got to say about it?
I don't know if this was intentional, but Todd Monken pulled a fast one on us because before practice, he told us Shedeur Sanders it was his day to get the first team reps. Lo and behold, practice comes, the 7-on-7, the 11-on-11s, Deshaun Watson all day. It was Deshaun. And then what was interesting about the development was that Shedeur seemed to take the fewest snaps with the twos that we have seen in camp. He shared those with Dylan Gabriel.
That's why
up
Dylan
until
was so
probably
happy.
the last two 11-on-11 series and 7-on-7 series of the afternoon when it was Shedeur Sanders getting those number 2 reps. But that was hard to miss today after what Coach had told us before practice.
Well, and they've stayed with that rotation. Whoever's getting the first reps, they've stayed with it up to this point. Today, we thought Shedeur was going to go first. Deshaun not only went first, but he got the majority of the reps.
Yeah, today we thought Shedeur Sanders was going to go first because he said Shedeur Sanders was going to go first. Why else would we fucking think it? It's been going that same way since the beginning. Sorry, chat. Excuse my French, but it's kind of making me mad. Now, more and more people are saying the same thing. But, dog, he told us. That's what he said out of his own mouth. I showed the clip multiple times.
It was the two reps that are usually pretty even as well. Those were minimized and they were split up. So Deshaun was a starter today, and it looked like he was a starter. He played well. I thought the quarterbacks as a whole were pretty solid. All of them made some good plays. Shedeur only had 5 or 6 reps going about an hour in, and that's pretty unusual for Todd Monken's practice. Those quarterbacks all get reps throughout the day. Today focused on Deshaun Watson, and I thought he performed pretty well. But again, all the quarterbacks when Shedeur got in, he went 3 for 3, did a nice job. Didn't seem to be hanging his head.
Yeah, because ain't no need to hang out here. I don't
know if this was
ain't no need to hang out here. Because y'all can play in front of our faces, but we know what's up. You can play all you want. But nah, we're going to bounce back every time. Today threw a wrench potentially in Shedeur's head. Shedeur's thinking like, damn, okay, coach, y'all giving me a real shot around here. Y'all really showing me that y'all appreciate me and y'all want me for the future. But with that little switcheroo pulling the carpet right up underneath them, because now if we're looking at the QB tracker, if we're looking at the numbers, chat, Deshaun Watson, he's getting the most reps. This is through 10 days of camp, chat. Through 10 days of camp. $10 days of camp. Guy got Shedeur, so I ain't worried. But at the same time, they got to stop playing. Stats don't matter because this QB tracker, if I'm being honest, it don't matter at this point. It didn't matter to begin with. I kept on saying that even when Shedeur was cooking and it was looking like Shedeur Sanders was killing the tracker. I'm not switching because now it's Deshaun Watson killing the tracker. I'm not, because it's still irrelevant. That first preseason game, that's going to be the real tracker. Stats lie, women lie, and guess what? That game, ain't nobody can lie. Because these stats are lying. These stats lie. But that first preseason game, ain't no lying. Ain't no lying. Ain't no lying. Ain't no lying. And now if we're looking at 2 to 3 point the fan, look at them. They're reacting to it. You know they're going to go crazy.
I said that many of times, like, I'm going to let all of the students take the test. You know, I'm not going to walk in the classroom and before they even take a test, I'm going to observe the students and give them a grade based on what? How they look, how they dress, like
See, Ty, you have
nationality, male, female. My job is to let it play out. And sometimes players have they have a fresh start is maybe the best way to put it, or a different style or a different system. So it's my job to do that. And to me, it's the only way.
And I respect that, Todd. That's what got me feeling it, Todd. But Todd, don't be switching up now. You said you're going to let everybody take the test, but don't start rigging the test, Todd. Todd, you said you're going to let everybody take the test, but let's not start rigging the test, baby. Not saying that you are, not saying that you're not. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We're looking at the numbers, chat. If we're looking at the numbers, let's do the math. Shedeur Sanders through 10 days of camp. Shedeur Sanders through 10 days of camp. He's still throwing at 70% completion percentage. With touchdowns, that's not even on here. Even if you give Shedeur Sanders 12 or 13 touchdowns, he still has 12 or 13 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He's still by far killing the game. The preseason game going to shut a lot of people up. Just saying. But even with Deshaun Watson getting all these reps, Chad, Deshaun Watson got the same amount of completion Shedeur got, and he got more reps. That's fine. He only got about like 20-something more compared to the tracker, apparently, with the tracker. But Deshaun Watson, dog, still around 63%, 62% completion percentage. Not really good, my friend. Dylan Gabriel, you 5 for 5, dog. Not good. Not good. But, chat, as we get ready to close this thing down, how do we feel? How do we feel? All right. How do we feel, chat? Come on. We know who was happy today. Hey, we remember Dylan. Hey, we know who was really happy today. That boy Dylan said, I got to pull up on Grossy. Tell Grossy, keep doing what you think. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing your thing. Keep spreading the propaganda. Keep spreading the slander. But yeah. Yeah, chat. Yeah. Yeah. So now, chat, as we close the day out, here's the numbers from the ESPN Cleveland tracker. Once again, I don't want to dispel anything ESPN Cleveland has going on today, you know, but I kind of showed you a little something today earlier. I'm going to show it one more time, so just that way I leave you with it. The QB tracker is not the gospel, chat, but we paying attention to it. We can take it for a little bit at its word. But if we look at the ESPN Cleveland's page, Shedeur Sanders did in fact practice today. We see the QB tracker from today. All right. See Watson with them amazing numbers. We see Dillon Gabriel getting a shout out on the page. Right? But then we see Watson to Boston. Watson to Boston TD. Watson to Boston. 4-3. Jerry Jeudy. Watson to 0 to that boy Bond. Watson to KC. Does Shedeur not practice today? Watson to KC. Does Shedeur not practice today? ESPN Cleveland, I'm just asking because I ain't seen not one of his clips on your page. I digress, chat. I digress. I digress. So, hey. Dillon Gabriel. That boy smiling cheek to cheek. That boy smiling cheek to cheek. But yeah, let's close this out, chat. Last few comments as we get it ready to go. All right, I'm gonna read them, and then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, chat. Make sure before you get up out of here, do me a favor, hit that like button. Before you get up out of here, if you ain't did it already, if you ain't spammed the like button, please, chat. Spam that like button, please. Please. We got into a lot today. All right, the topic of today, the real question is how come Deshaun got all the first team reps today? That's the real question. That's the real question. That's the real question. They say, it's chat say they mentally wearing Shedeur Sanders out. Who would have thought Stefanski was going to be fired last year, and now we get Stefanski 2.0? I want Shedeur out of Cleveland. Yeah, me too. This feels so wrong. Yeah, I feel you. Upcoming game, they plan to roll out Watson first. Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like it. The bottom line, they need to get better at everything. Yes. The completion percentage for Shedeur Sanders still at 70%. Can we give Shedeur Sanders more reps like we're giving Deshaun? I'm just saying. 10 days of time, 10 days. I don't know what that's saying. Let me go on. Wrist up. For Shedeur, okay. Deshaun is not killing it. Cleveland started cheating. They saying Cleveland started cheating, chat. They saying Cleveland starting to rig the system, chat. I ain't saying it. Y'all saying it. They saying Cleveland starting to rig the system, chat. That's what the chat's saying, man. I ain't saying it. Y'all saying it. Browns are a losing organization for a reason. Yeah, I agree with that. Ownership leaving a bad taste in everybody's mouth, yeah. We didn't see Dylan all year except when they pushed him on the podium. Now he's bombing interviews, being shady. Ooh. Ooh, we ain't see what? We ain't see Dylan all year last year. Now he bombing interviews on a day where Shedeur Sanders doesn't get the first team rep. A little shady in my opinion too, but we remember what he said. I'm not doing it for clicks or likes. You know, I'm not here. You know, now it's real time. I'm not trying to bring up old stuff. I should pull up the clip, but we know how Dylan feel about Shedeur Sanders for real. He said it. He said it. I might have to come to New York. I know y'all lit out there in New York. I got you. Shedeur has a right to be frustrated because they lied to him. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. When the cream rises to the top, hey, when the cream rises to the top, chat, we're going to really see what happens. Come on, man. I appreciate y'all in the chat. Let's get to a few more chats before we get up out of here. Last couple before we get up out of here, chat. Hey, I got you. Ian. Hey, y'all put a ticket up for me. I'm gonna come pull up on y'all in New York, man. Hey, put a ticket for me on the side, man. When they trade Shedeur to New York to the Jets, I'm gonna come pull up on y'all, man. I'm gonna come pull up on y'all in New York, man. I'm gonna come pull up on y'all boys. A few more chats before we get up out of here, y'all. A few more chats. All right, a few more chats. I think AB's job is on the line. Yeah. Yeah. But if that draft class have a good season, if Denzel Boston proves to be what we're seeing him to be in training camp, he's gonna be all right. If Casey Concepcion proves to be what we're seeing in training camp, he's gonna be all right. I don't think his job is in jeopardy. I don't think his job is in jeopardy, though. I don't think AB's job is in jeopardy. Because if this draft class this year do the same thing that draft class did last year, oh, that boy, hey, that boy gonna get a contract extension. They're gonna have to pay him. Like when I say pay him, that boy AB gonna be paid. All right. Man, they looking for a backup. Don't trip. Ooh. Somebody said it. Okay, I like that take. Somebody said, hey, they just looking for a backup. Don't trip. They just looking for a backup. Don't trip. I like that take. I like that take. I like that take. I like that take. All right, but anyway, couple more. All right, peace out, fam. Stay blessed, GGA. Most definitely, I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you for always tuning in. Make sure y'all come back. We're going to be back at it on Monday. Hit that like button before you leave. All right, Watson is a dog water. As it read the pocket, absolute to run is successful. 6 again. Want to be a QB1. Oh, my goodness. Whoa. All right, let's not get too crazy in the chat. All right, let's be nice and respectful to Deshaun. All right, we know he got a pass in his history, but we don't got to bring up old stuff. All right, let's not get too graphic, chat. All right, we're gonna let Deshaun live. We know what happened in his past. All right, but they might be doing a good thing though, because Deshaun gonna really go out there with the ones next Saturday. He gonna really go out there with the ones. Potentially today is the day that he needed. Maybe Shedeur, they're saying Shedeur don't need the reps. But in my opinion, you're going to want to give your eventually starting quarterback all the starting 1 reps that he can get before the season starts. Just saying. But, you know, maybe Todd Monken an evil genius, and we just don't know. Well, it is so disappointing wanting to believe Monken was different from Stefanski. Maybe it's the owners who's the voice the whole time. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think you would take first team reps because you're looking for a backup. I don't think you would take first team reps because you're looking for a backup. Yeah. I agree with that. I don't think 3807 said it. I don't think if you're looking for a backup, you ain't gonna take the first team reps from the first team guy. You're gonna let the backups practice with the backups for the 2s and 3s to see what they can do against them. You don't need to see them against the ones because you know who your number one guy is. But who knows? It can be whatever. At this point, chat, I'm saying it can be whatever. Because at this point, it can be whatever. I don't know. I don't. All right, couple more chats before we get up out of here. Couple more chats. All right. Cheer up, y'all going 5-2. Or 5-12. Yeah, you ain't lying. But I think if Shedeur Sanders starts, I think they're gonna win at least 8 games. I think they're gonna at least win 8 games. Of course, it's the owners. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, chat, I will see y'all back on Monday. All right. I will see y'all back on Monday as far as y'all wanting to know and see more and learn more about Shedeur Sanders. I will see y'all back on Monday. All right. Tonight, if you want to tune in tonight, or actually it might be tomorrow. All right. If you want to tune in, see y'all Monday. All right. If you want to tune in tonight, all right, tonight, or actually I might be saving this for tomorrow, but tonight or tomorrow, one of the days, I'm not going to lie to you, we will get into the other news around the league. So we're going to get into some other quarterback battles. So we're going to start talking about the Minnesota Vikings and Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy, what's been going on with that quarterback competition. We're going to get into the Atlanta Falcons and Sabotage Stefanski, all right, and how that quarterback with Tua and Penix is shaping out because they got a couple of injuries over there. So we're going to get into that. Probably, to be quite honest with you, we probably going to get into that tomorrow, chat. So tomorrow, if you want sports updates from around the league and sports updates with the WNBA, because that's the one thing I haven't talked about, y'all. Y'all see what's going out. Y'all see what's going down in the WNBA, don't you? Yeah, hey, chat, we're going to get into it all either tonight or tomorrow, or probably tomorrow, though. All right? But before you get out of here, hit that like button for me. All right? But, yeah, for the next few days, though, until we get back to Monday for day 11, Monday, 2:30 Eastern, make sure you back right here. Day 11. All right? But this weekend, you want some more gems, want to hear me talk about some other quarterback competitions happening in the NFL. You want to hear me talk about other teams getting contracts and to their players and things like that. Talk about the goddamn trash Cowboys. We're going to be getting into that too. All right. So make sure you tune in. All right. This weekend, either tonight or tomorrow, I will be bringing in that conversation about other teams in the league. And we're going to talk about the WNBA. And we're going to talk about some news with Jaylen Brown and his press conference with him just now, being on the 76ers. We're going to get into all that. So a lot of sports news. All right, a lot of sports news. I'm going to start mixing that in with our Shedeur topics. I've been Shedeur heavy these last few days, but that's because at the end of the day, hey, he's a polarizing figure. He's the number one name in sports right now as far as in the NFL and just sports in general, at least in my opinion. So we're going to keep on talking about him. All right, and we're going to keep on talking about this quarterback competition because I believe this is the competition that everybody's watching. I truly do. All right, I appreciate y'all, though, man. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. All right, I really do appreciate y'all each and every time, man. I really do. All right, I really do. All right. So at the end of the day, the topic in today's question is Shedeur Sanders, is he benched? Did Todd Monken lie to us? Why didn't Shedeur Sanders take the ones reps today? How come Deshaun Watson took a majority of the ones reps today? We will answer all these questions and more come Monday. Come Monday, 2:30 Eastern, I'm going to have all the clips loaded, and I promise you, we will get down to the bottom of what the hell happened today. You understand me? But hit that like button. Spam that like button before you get up out of here. Hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to hear more. All right, like I told y'all, we bring in some more topics. All right, we're going to get into some other sports news around the league, other sports news, just in other sports, period. All right, I love you. I appreciate you. All right, before we get up out of here, do me this one favor. Please, please, please do me this one favor. All right, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. All right, whether you're watching this on Rumble, Kick, Twitch, Stream, whatever you're watching this at, however you're getting this, hit that like button, hit the follow button, so that way you don't miss when I appear on your screen. And then do me this favor, please. Send this to your mama, your daddy, your best friend, friend of another friend, lit Johnny, lit Timmy. Don't forget little Susie too, because you know little Susie got to get these gems. All right, stop being selfish. You got to get these gems over to her too. All right, and send these gems to lit Josh, because you know lit Josh just moved across the street from little Susie, and he needs these gems as well. All right, send these gems to everybody you know. All right? And I promise you, next Monday, when we come back for day 11, we're going to goddamn get some answers. Todd, I was up here with you. Now I'm right here, my guy. All right? I don't like that. Get it right. But without further ado, I appreciate you. I love you. And guess what? That's a wrap for today. And hey, we out. Deuces. Hey, I'll see you soon, though. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back. I promise. Deuces.
Hey, we live now.